Baby, what's up? What's up? So I forgot to schedule the read. I picked the cards and I didn't realize I didn't schedule the read till just now. I looked up and I was like, oh, I forgot to schedule it. So anyway, I'm gonna give you guys about a second or so to come on in. All right. But in the meantime, in between time, what I will do is go ahead and put this thing at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Paste my little message. All right. Hey, Miss Patty's Enough. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Okay, so tonight we're going to be going into the Angel Wisdom Tarot, the Umbrella and the Moon Seekers Oracle, and then I have the Moonology Oracle as well. So that's what I have for us. So that being said, let's jump ahead. Let's jump on in. How you doing, Miss Edwards? Happy Sunday. I hope y'all are feeling blessed and highly favored. Today was a day of rest for your girl because I have been busy. And you know, I stay up late and then I get up early. I stay up late and then I actually, believe it or not, I do get up early. I get up at like 5. And I've been, you know, doing my stuff with spirit. And yeah. Hello, Bethany Elliott. So I slept for a good while. It took me a good little nap. How you doing, Charity Ward? And what's your name? Lati one. Is that how you say it? Lati little one. Is it supposed to be little one? I don't know. What's up, Dennis? Okay, little Till one. Okay, little Till one. Okay, hey boo, welcome to the channel. Okay, how y'all been doing? What have y'all been reflecting on this Mercury retrograde? What's up, Chippewa? How you doing? Oh, I know. I heard in where I'm at, it's supposed to get up to 108. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be sweating. Make sure I have plenty of water. So I mean, I used to walk in the heat. I used to be a walking carrier. So it be like that. Holy Spirit, what is it that you got for the collective of all 12 zodiac signs? What is it that we need to know? You reflected on boundaries. Okay. Huh. We've had so many Mercury retrogrades. I don't like thinking about the past people, but sometimes I do. Try to pull out more lessons and ask the divine. Okay, so what was I supposed to be learning from this right here? We're starting off with the Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? The Nine of Wands is in the upright. So we got Leo and Sagittarius so far. Heavy on the fire. Starting off. Ooh, Page of Wands. Aries. So look. Aries, Leo, Sag. Literally is out here. Justice in the upright. Libra. Ten of Cups. Okay. Not bad. At the bottom of that, we got the Sun. Leo. Okay, the Knight of Swords is in reverse. Ooh, the Magician in reverse. Ooh, I don't know what's going on, but here, listen, the Four of Swords here. This is somebody who is closed off. They have put the final nail in the coffin. Maybe somebody was trying to maintain their peace. I'm not exactly sure what is going on, but something has ended. And then here with the Magician in reverse, there is some things where somebody could have manipulated something, or, you know, somehow a goal was not going to be reached. The final nail has been put in the coffin. Something is not going to be reached. It could be due to some sort of manipulation, but doesn't have to be. But the reason why I say it could be manipulation is because something here, what's being illuminated by the sun, is that something has been slowed down. There was some manipulation or goals not being reached, and somebody wants to end something. Here with the Four of Swords. So it's like putting that final nail in the coffin. So here with the Four of Swords, we have Libra. Then with the Magician, Gemini, the Knight of Swords, Aquarius, and Leo with the Sun. Okay. So that's what I have. Hello, Clifford Cox. How you doing? So, but the rest of the spread actually looks decent. So we see what's being illuminated. Somebody had to slow down. They were not able to meet their goals. Something came to an end. Look, we got double fours because right up on that Libra Four of Swords, we have the Four of Cups, which is Cancer. Okay, somebody is completely closed off. So they're closed off because something ended. It didn't meet their goals. Things slowed down, and that's what's being illuminated. Now, that looks bad, but this spread actually looks rather good. Okay. Oh, my nose. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, starting off, well, with the Queen of Wands here in reverse. This is Leo. Then we had Sagittarius here with the Nine of Wands. Page of Wands was Aries. The Justice was my Libra. And then we have the Ten of Cups here, Pisces. All right, in the upright. So, all right, somebody felt like they had to block a Queen of Wands in reverse. A Queen of Wands in reverse could be someone who is wild, a little impulsive, out here being street meat, just being wild. Y'all know what about the street meat. This is somebody who is sexually just doing it. Now, and so maybe this type of energy, you felt like you had to block this Queen of Wands in reverse. You had to have a firm boundary. Maybe somebody thought you didn't have a backbone, but clearly you do. Somebody has a backbone. Like I like, hey, I don't play this game. You want to be for the streets? Blocks. I have a wall up. So somebody put up a wall, and maybe that woke someone up, because we have the Page of Wands in Justice, because now somebody wants to get off the ground, balancing out a situation. Maybe someone thought that you were all what is it, all talk but no action, but now they realize, oh, you mean business, because the Nine of Wands here is about having a backbone. So I have a backbone. Don't think that I'm just somebody to play with. I'm not. I mean what I say what I mean. So the moment that you set boundaries, and it's funny that Miss Patty said something about reflecting on boundaries, but the moment you set boundaries, that tends to let people know, oh, I can't play this game with collective. So here it is. Now that you set these boundaries, somebody wants to come in and get something off the ground. They want to balance out the scales here with Justice. So this is them wanting to get stuff off the ground with you. They want to talk to you. They may want to tell you the truth. They want to balance out the scales. They want to be fair. And the reason why they want to do all of this is because now somebody's realizing, when you put up your wall and you said, these are my boundaries, this woke them up and go, okay, this is who I see as my happily ever after. You are my Ten of Cups. And I want to see a future with you. I want to be happy with you. This person may want to have a home or start a family or do something where y'all come together as one. And so they feel like for you to be their ultimate happiness, they need to balance the scales out. Now, they start off being on some mess, but it definitely looks like your boundary set the tone for the direction of how your future was going to be. Remember, y'all, you teach people how to treat you. You know what I'm saying? By what you will allow and what you will not. People will only do to you what you allow. So if you allow this person to go in and out your life playing like a whore, then they're going to think that you don't really care about yourself. I can come in, I can go out, I can do what I want to do. But if you tell somebody, oh no, baby, that's not how this game is going to be played. You want to act a fool, you want to be out here in these streets, then go be out there. Well, you're teaching someone how to treat you. Your do's, your don't, what you value, how you value yourself. You know what I'm saying? All of that is in what you will allow. Okay. So that being said, let's move on to the Queen of Wands in reverse. Let's talk about it. All right. How you doing, El Jador? So let's talk about this Queen of Wands here in reverse. Please come on in, say hello, and let's double tap, please. Those of y'all, it's about 70. I'm at 78 on one screen, 67 on the other. But either way, please double tap. Let's get these likes up, please, and thank you. How you doing, baby? What's up, Rhonda Jones? Thank you for the sparkles. Look, I'm about to knock on it again. Holy Spirit, thank you. Uh-oh. What you got for the Queen of Wands here in reverse? The Queen of Wands, Holy Spirit. Queen of Wands in reverse is being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles here in the upright. The Four of Pentacles is in reverse, and the Star is in reverse. This is someone, listen, whoever this was that was playing with you, who thought that they could just go out and do whatever they wanted to in the community without you saying anything. One of the things that they have learned is that, listen, with the Eight of Pentacles here, this is somebody who thought that they could just, you was just going, like you was an ATM, honey. Four of Pentacles is in reverse. Like, you don't keep money closed off for yourself to buy what you want. This is somebody who felt like you took your abundance and you will give it to them. So you out here working and you give them money. Notice how he has his hand out like she's building pinnacles. She even kind of side-eyeing him, looking like, are you serious? You really going, don't you see I'm working? And this is somebody with their hand out. Somebody had their hand out wanting you to release money. Anytime they was in a hopeless situation here with the stars. So we got Aquarius, Capricorn, and Taurus here. Okay. So we got, no, not Taurus. We got Virgo and Capricorn. So earth energy. And then Aquarius here is my air. Okay. So somebody's in a hopeless situation. And anytime they got in a hopeless situation, all they had to do was come over here to you, collective. Even though this is somebody who was out here doing whatever the hell they wanted to do. They felt like, oh, I can just come to collective and get whatever I want when I want. So anytime I'm in a hopeless situation, I just go over here. I can sleep with who I want to. I can be with who I want to. It's cool. They don't mind. This is how somebody thought that they could just play on your top like that until you put a screeching halt with, oh, baby. Oh, no, you can't come toward me. Notice how all the wands, she's blocking every wand, is now leaving her and being shot back at this person. You shot back at someone, hey, baby, don't get it twisted. I do have a boundary. I do have a boundary. Okay? You're not going to just sit here and treat me like you don't see it. And they may not have seen it. See the moon in the background behind her head? The moon representing what we don't see. Somebody may not have seen that you do got a line. Maybe they thought that you didn't have a line. And, maybe you're the quiet type. Or maybe you're just the type that seem like, you're very agreeable in most areas. And so this person thought, well, shoot, I've been getting away with stuff. Whenever I need something, I can come to them. So maybe they thought that this is why they could just do whatever they wanted. But then I think that they hit that one line, and then that's when they realize, oh, hell to the no. Collective ain't playing that. Collective ain't playing that. Hey, John Dillon, how you doing, baby? What's up? Let's ask D, Mari, Joanne Rose. What's up? All right, so let's talk about this 9 of Wands in the upright. 9 of Wands here, please, Holy Spirit, in the upright. What you got for me? Thank you. Okay, so we got the Knight of Swords here in the upright. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Cups in the upright. Somebody did not see that you was not playing with them. You cut them off with a quickness. Okay. Aquarius here with the Knight of Swords and the King of Pentacles being Taurus. Cut financially, you shut the door real fast. You pulled back stability from somebody faster than their eyes could blink. And this is somebody who did, like, all of a sudden you went from giving to shutting them off. And now they out here feeling like, oh my goodness. Page of Cups, like, oh, the emotion is not feeling as deep for this person when you show you got a backbone. So now we got the Page of Cups here. So now somebody is used to you rushing in. Look at this. They're used to you rushing in and helping to make them stable. You may have the Midas touch. You're somebody who works very hard for what you do. And now they're looking at you like, oh, snap. Oh, my goodness. Collective is going to rush in. They're cutting me off. And now it seems like you have very little emotion. That backbone look like, oh, baby, I ain't nothing to play with. And so now they're looking at things very different. The Page of Cups here is Cancer. The King of Pentacles, I told you, was Taurus. And then Aquarius for the Knight of Swords. All right. Let's talk about this Page of Wands. How you doing, Marilyn? And Michael Ellis Sr. Welcome to the channel. Y'all, please excuse my nose. It is itchy. Okay, let's talk about this Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Holy Spirit, what do you have for the Page of Wands in the upright? Page of Wands in the upright. Page of Wands in the upright is being clarified by the 8 of Cups here in the upright. The 2 of Wands in the upright in the Chariot. Baby. Let me tell you what I'm seeing here. 8 of Cups. You felt like anywhere would be better than this. You left. Oh, you want to be for the streets. Oh, you think I'm a walking ATM. And you think that I'm going to fund you in your rendezvous with your third parties. Baby, some of y'all walked away and it didn't matter if you walked away with nothing from this past person. Do you hear me? This is somebody wearing a satchel where it looked like he got a single cup. And they walking outside, baby. Walking out into the unknown. Anywhere would be better than being here with you. And I don't care if I don't take nothing up from you with me. So there it is. So what was getting off the ground was collective one playing that. Collective left here with the Eight of Cups, which is Pisces. And you decided that you seen a future without this person that could be successful. So this is what somebody did not expect. They thought that you felt like they had to have your back in order for you to feel successful. And you showing them by action, walking away from you would actually be a better future for me, where I see me being successful. The Chariot, Cancer, Two of Wands, Aries. So I'm seeing, collective, you have decided here with the Two of Wands and the Chariot that anywhere would be better than being with them. And you actually see your future being brighter. I could actually be more successful than dealing with someone who is disrespecting me. When somebody disrespects you, I'm telling you, you tell them, we all have heard it. People only treat you the way you allow. People only treat you the way you allow. So if you allow somebody to come in and out of your life, somebody that clearly felt like they could come to you anytime they was in a hopeless situation, you was going to release money. And then to find out, you think I don't have no boundary. Or you think I just love you so much, I'm just going to keep giving. And so I tell you all the time, takers don't have a boundary, but neither do givers. Sometimes givers don't have a boundary. And so people will take as much as you're going to give. So you had to show somebody, hey, baby, I do have boundaries. There are some things that I just don't roll with. And you being out here being street meat and letting my person be touched by everybody. Oh, no, baby, I don't play that. In fact, since that's what you want, I'm not really finding that attractive. Sometimes we feel like that's a little dirty. You know what I'm saying? That's a little too much for us. That's too much swapping of the juices, right? And so what you end up want to do is leave. Now, when you left, whoever you are, you felt like this was going to balance you out. Because see, you're already saying that you feel you could see your future being bright. You could see yourself being successful. Whether this person is in your life or not. Because clearly you don't care if they're there or not. Because at this point, when they showed you that they didn't care for you, you saw, okay, I could be successful without this person having my back. Some of y'all literally left. And here with this Eight of Cups, see, that dog represents to me, that sometimes represents like the divine. I know this sounds so crazy, but think about the loyal companion. And dog also spelled backward is God, right? So some of y'all literally walked away with just, with whatever little emotion you had left in the divine. And you felt like that was enough, baby. I can balance out my scales. You don't need this person to give you closure. You feel like you could be whole and balanced, one, by being honest with yourself. Because see, the sword is typically, not on this one, but typically the sword is always up on the justice, not on this particular justice card. But that is you telling yourself the truth. The truth is, if you want to be fair and balanced, sometimes you have to be willing to walk away from things that don't serve you. So let's talk about justice, okay? Hi, did I get anybody else? Okay, I am Michael Ellis and I support this message. Thank you, baby. Sound like my little politician. Okay, let's talk about justice here in the upright. All right, so you feel like you can balance yourself out by telling yourself the truth about a situation. Let's talk about justice. Hello, Chattahoochee. Oh my goodness. See, we got the Eight of Swords here in the upright, the Ace of Wands in the upright, and the Devil, which is coming out in his ego, in the upright. See, this is what I'm saying. To tell yourself the truth prevents you from being in the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is when you're all in a mental prison. Why would you want to put yourself in a mental prison and by playing with the devil? Now, when I say playing with the devil, now, the Ace of Wands is birthing something. Like, why do you want to birth something with the devil? If somebody is showing you that they have no self-control, that they overindulge on sex, drugs, alcohol, and typically alcohol and drugs are typically very close cousins to somebody in a sexual addiction. Okay, and this is somebody who is overgiving. They don't really respect money because they're just throwing it away on addictions. This is someone who is not respecting their body. They're just throwing their body away. It's like they don't really value themselves. And I tell you all the time, if somebody does not value themselves, then how can they truly value you, right? Because if you don't value you, then you're not going to really value me. You're not going to see my worth because you don't see the worth within yourself, that everybody should not have access to you. So whoever you are, you realize that, listen, if you were to stay, then you're going to put yourself in a mental prison. And notice this is somebody notice she looks like she's dressed as an empress. That means you got the Midas touch, baby. And so if you got the Midas touch, that means that you birth opportunities. Sometimes you need to remember who you are and decide for yourself. And normally on the Eight of Swords, that is a choice to stay in a mental prison. You have the keys that can free yourself. Every time, y'all, we go through things, we're being presented with a choice to keep staying in this bull crap, or we can let go of it. Okay, I can stay here, keep crying. Why did they do this to me? Or I can set myself free and move on. Whoever this is an empress, and she's trying to set herself free. So if you were to stay, though, you're going to stay in a middle prison. This is somebody who's playing head games with you. And so then the only thing that you're birthing is basically getting in the bed with toxicity. See, this says ego, but this is normally the devil card in a normal tarot deck. So like, that's like playing with somebody in a toxic connection. Okay, this person has a hold on me sexually, so I'm going to put up with them being in their ego and letting them walk all over me. Why would you do that? And then sometimes, let me be honest with you, I just heard in my head, typically spirit just dropped on me. Sometimes when people decide that they're going to stay for sex, and then you be complaining, why you keep hurting me like this? Why you keep doing me like this? That is a choice. Nobody can do nothing to you that you don't damn allow. If you don't want somebody playing with your emotions and then laying down with you and creating that hot, cold energy, then you can put a stop to it. All you got to do is ask yourself, what do I need to feel whole again? So that I don't feel like I'm in a middle prison. Like I don't feel like somebody playing games with me. And a lot of times, y'all, you want to know the cold hard truth. The answer is just let go. It's just let go. And once you let go, believe it or not, this is when you get to your ultimate happiness. Because it's like all those rocks, all those chains. See, the devil is sometimes typically on the devil card. Now on here, on this devil, they got an angel that's cutting your chains. Right? Because normally, but on a traditional devil card, the chains are loose. If I was to pull out any other tarot deck, you'll see there's chains on you that you could easily pull off of you because that's a choice. So sometimes some of y'all may need God's strength for an angel to build and put positive thinking in your mind so that you will release yourself from the devil. Like, let me tell you something. Once you come to this conclusion, and see, she's blindfolded. So sometimes you got to listen to those intuitive nudges that says, hey, you ain't got to be putting up with this toxic stuff. You love you. You deserve better than this. There is somebody out here in this world who will respect you. But ain't nobody going to respect you if you don't respect you. So why don't we start by respecting ourselves and freeing ourselves from this situation? Even if we don't see what the outcome is going to be. She's blindfolded. I would rather take a chance on me and respecting myself than allow myself to continue to be played with, right? So we got the devil or ego, that's Capricorn, the Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, and then the Eight of Swords is Gemini. So let's talk about this Ten of Cups, okay? This is Pisces energy. So you want to find your ultimate happiness, right? And sometimes, y'all, your ultimate happiness is not always going to look like a traditional family like they have on this card. Sometimes your ultimate happiness is self-respect and self-worth and being surrounded by people who truly love you. Let's talk about the Ten of Cups, okay? How you doing? Kanisha. Is it Kanisha Asheray or something like that? What's up, Thelma Davis? Sun Scorpio. Pisces. What's your name? Pisces. Okay. Hey, Pisces. Welcome to the channel. And I already got you, Chattahoochee hippie. Welcome to the channel. I had to slow down. I almost said Chattahoochee River. All right. So let's talk about this Ten of Cups. Please come on in, y'all. Whenever we hit over 100 people in a room, I like to have at least 100 likes. Please take 2 seconds. Double tap your screen. Yo, your Pisces, the fish. Okay, baby. I understand. Pisces. Okay. Hey, Cindy. Welcome back to the channel, Sweet Pea. Ten of Cups here in the upright, please. Ten of Cups is being clarified by the Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Four of Cups in the upright, and the wise counselor, which would be the Hierophant, is in reverse. Listen, to find our happiness, y'all, sometimes this will be the Hierophant in a normal day. Okay, this card is like typically a marriage card, but in reverse, this is somebody who is choosing to be single. I'm gonna just choose to be single. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm choosing not to be in a commitment. I'm going to go ahead and close myself off and stop investing in it. Remember how I just said sometimes when you make a choice, this is all a choice. You don't want to be in a toxic situation, then stop waiting on somebody to free you. Oh, well, I'm just going to wait till they break up with me because then I won't feel the guilt of carrying that I was the one who chose to end it. You have a choice. Everything that happens to you, you have to agree with it. And one of the ways that you're showing you're in agreement with it is by staying. So somebody has decided, I'm going to be single. I'm going to go, as much as it hurts me, I'm going to be closed off. I'm going to close myself off. And you may be looking at the cups and you may be thinking about every one of these cups to me represents something in the past. These are empty cups. The past. Oh, well, I remember when we did this, and I remember when we did that, and I remember when we did this and that and the other. But sometimes we forget when we're closed off, like, and we're in the midst of pain. You're so focused on your pain, you forget how abundant you are. Notice how much fruit is on this tree. And God is with you. See the angel that's sitting behind him holding the cup. God has always got something. Listen, when God removes something from your life, there is always something on the other side of pain. So whenever a door closes, a new one opens. There's always a new beginning for every ending. And sometimes we're not ready to see what God has for us. Hence, this is why it's behind his back. You're not ready. Some people are not ready to see their future. Sometimes when God removes people from our lives, we forget, baby, we had a life before they got there. You are still abundant and highly favored. But sometimes we like to focus on the past. And this is funny to me because it is Mercury retrograde right now. And part of Mercury retrograde is reflecting on things that was left unfinished. Relationships or situationships that we want to revisit, those past things. And sometimes when you revisit the past, you forget what's really going on, baby. You're abundant and highly favored. You don't need to be giving to a situation that somebody is not investing in you. And this is not like investing in a dead situation. Why would you? This person barely gives you anything. Here with the Page of Pentacles. You're the one giving the money. You're the one giving the emotion. And so you're the one sitting here feeling closed off. You're sad, but you're going to do it. You're going to call something to close. There's really nothing left to talk about. When somebody shows you by action how they see you, then take the memo and go, oh, okay. Okay, I get it. There's nothing left to talk about. So you have a choice. You want your 10 of cups, then go get it. Your 10 of cups might not look like a traditional family. Your 10 of cups might be you and your dog, you and your children, you and your best friend, your little friend group. You know what I'm saying? 10 of cups is whatever you make it. Okay? So let's move on. Let's see what else is in the energy. How you doing, Perlyn Scott? Okay. So let's get into it. Let's see what else we have in the energy. What's up, Gucci Black? Jamite, welcome back, baby. We have the Magician in reverse, the Ace of Cups here in the upright, Renewal, which would be Judgment, is in reverse. We have the Ace of Swords in the upright and the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. So let's talk about it. The Magician is Gemini, the Ace of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Judgment would be Libra, the Ace of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. And then the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. Okay, let's get into it. So you are in some of y'all, this person who left you, right? to go be a whore. They want to be a whore. They was always coming to you though whenever they were found themselves in a hopeless situation. Oh my God, I need money. I'm gonna run over here to Collective. Collective was gonna give me some money. This is how they was treat you. Like they could just come to you and get money all the time. Whenever they weren't meeting their goals. The magician is about having all the tools you need to accomplish your goals. This is somebody putting one foot in front of the other, taking whatever you have available, making it work to manifest the life you want. Well, this person feels like whatever they're lacking, they just don't try, right? How you doing, Rusty Cobb? So here it is. Whoever this is, they don't feel like they feel like they're missing something. Here with the magician in reverse. Now, they could also be being very manipulative. And part of their manipulation could be that they feel like I lack money. I lack the know-how. Sometimes people have low self-esteem. I lack the passion to keep getting up and going. But whatever it is, they feel like they're lacking something, so they're not accomplishing their goals. Hence, they keep finding themselves in a hopeless situation. This is someone who likes for their very little effort to be met with a big effort. See, we got a Page of Cups here with the Ace of Cups. So even though this person is emotionally immature, they like when people come in with grandiose, deep love for them, even though they may be giving you hardly nothing at all. So you got to really take a step back and really understand how somebody is treating you and how they see you. This is somebody who is basically telling you, okay, I can give you very little effort and you come through making it rain down on me. How is that fair? Your cup, you're so deep, she's in the water. That means your cup is off naturally. If it's deep inside the water, it's overflowing with love. This is overflowing with affection or blessing. And you get deep with your emotions. This is somebody who's very surface, baby. Whatever's in this cup is already spilling out. And there's no depth to this. So you're coming in with all this depth. This person who doesn't really try, who may not have the know-how, that doesn't believe in themselves, keeps expecting you to come in and fix it. You come in with your abundance of love, you pour into me, and Spirit is saying there has been a moment where you have decided, no, sir, no, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. My future is to leave and not renew this relationship. Renewal. I don't see this going forward. In other words, I don't want to resurrect this relationship with you. You can't see it being successful because this person is not meeting you with equal reciprocity. Okay. How you doing, Darlene Phelps? So remember how I said part of your justice, and justice means the truth. We always say it, the truth shall do what? Set you free. What's done in the dark will come to the light. And why do we say that? Because the truth sets you free. So when you tell yourself the truth, that this is not an equal give and take relationship. I'm coming in with all this emotion, all this debt. I'm taking care of you. I love you. I'm coming in with financially. This person ain't helping you hardly at all. In fact, they barely have any emotion for you anyway. So here with the Ace of Swords, this is you telling yourself the cold, hard truth. This is a child who is sitting out here in a winter storm dressed, and this is the cold truth. And the truth is, see that one little butterfly on his shoulder, that little blue butterfly? Something's got to change. So mentally, sword energy is mental. Something here got to change. I cannot keep showing up to someone who is giving me hardly nothing. I have to free myself mentally from the idea of this must be my person. I should just keep giving to this. Oh, I need this person. You gotta listen. This so far, y'all, this does not have to necessarily be romantic. This could be anybody in your life. At some point, you need to look at every person in your life and put them up on the judgment block of, okay, what are you contributing to my life? And why do I feel, if you feel this way, that I need to have you in my life, that I got to be putting up with some mess that is making me feel like I can't sleep at night? Because a mental prison will keep you up. Because of one more sword, you're in the 9 with the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is being in a mental prison. The 9 of Swords is when you're losing sleep over what somebody is doing. And sometimes, y'all, we will lose sleep over friends. You can mourn a friendship like you mourn a relationship that was romantic. Now, it's not the same, but you can mourn over people leaving your life. Oh my God, I miss my best friend. I miss my cousin. Sometimes you fall out with family members and you will miss them. But sometimes you got to tell yourself the truth if you want to free yourself from this toxic situation. The truth is, this person has been giving me very less and expecting me to come in being grandiose and deep. Oh, like I got deep pockets. I got deep emotion. And then they can come to me with this surface level effort. So you got to also take into consideration by telling yourself the truth that this person believes that no matter, they can give you nothing with the Page of Pentacles is in reverse and you going to keep showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, taking care of everybody you love, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, breaking your neck to take care of them. And they showing up like this. They showing up without any effort. A Page of Pentacles in reverse to me is like somebody who ain't even trying. And you keep coming in and taking care of. So somebody has to tell themselves the cold hard facts. Baby, you need to close yourself off from this broke ass energy that ain't contributing nothing to your life. Now, I mean nothing to your life. And I don't give a damn if this is your lover, a friend, whomever. Everybody needs to be bringing some sort of value to your life, as much as value as you're trying to bring to theirs. Think about what I'm saying. Welcome, Geminis. Hey, my Southern. How you doing? Elathasa White. Tamal. How you doing, baby? Welcome to the channel. I miss anybody else? Daisy Neves. Wahaba. Is that how you say it? Wahab. How you doing? Rod, welcome. All right. Shaquita Nevels, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Cherzy. So we got the Six of Swords here in the upright, the King of Swords in the upright, the what is that? The Seven of Cups in reverse. Hello, Kimberly Green. We have Death, which is coming out as release in this deck in the upright, and the Moon, Pisces, is in reverse. Death is Scorpio. The Seven of Cups is Scorpio as well. The King of Swords is Libra, and the Six of Swords is Aquarius. Okay, let's talk about it. Now, this person is who manipulates situations, who is in hopeless situations that they cause for themselves. Whenever they get in a situation, they always come to you to make peace. Somebody always wants you to take them to peace. Whenever I find myself not meeting my goals, I'm in a hopeless situation, somebody runs to you to fix their boo-boo, to handle their problem. Somebody runs to you to try to make peace. Oh, collective know what to do. They know what to do to carry me to peace. Okay? Now, as the King of Swords here, darling, while you may be very much emotional, a King of Swords has to make a head over heart decision. You got to judge this thing from a higher perspective. You got to really, and you might be really sitting, see, he look like he's contemplating. You got to sit down and contemplate if this is an option that you see. Is this really the option that I see for myself? Is this the best that I think that I can do? Seven of Cups. Is this really the only option for me? Some of y'all said, hell no, this is not the only option for me. Let me tell y'all something, especially for those of y'all who are in committed relationships or friendships that have been forever long or whatever. How you doing, JP the Guy and Valerie and 5 Dimes? Welcome to the channel. Whenever y'all are in certain relationships, especially those of y'all who've been married for some years, okay, it is hard to imagine living life without this person. So you may sometimes think that this is your only option, but there's always another option. You are the other option. Even if you don't have other dating options, you yourself is an option. Choosing you is a valuable, sustainable option. And if you get into the King of Swords energy and you make a judgment call and you realize that, listen, I don't have to choose to go back to this person and resurrect this relationship. I'm an option. I could choose me. And so when you decide here with the Seven of Cups in reverse, that's somebody who is okay, that only option. If your only option is to choose you, then this is when you telling yourself the truth that, hey baby, I can let go of this and be just fine. If I let go, actually, I can find victory and success. It may seem hard at first, like here. Notice how he has his sword stuck in this rock. Pulling a sword from a rock like Excalibur could be hard. But the cold, hard truth is, if I let this go, I can actually transform. It may take time to get your mental, because see, when we break up with people, y'all, let's keep it 100. You still be in your emotions. You still love them. Emotions don't stop just because they are gone. But you got to keep reminding yourself the truth that, baby, you would actually, even if it's the cold, hard truth, you would actually do better if you let this in. So you need to release this person, release this burden, and choose yourself. And go through the mental transformation, because, see, at first it's the heart space that hurts. But over time, your mental will transform if you let this go. See, that sword, the mental is what you're going to let go. That feeling that mental prison feeling. We can end that by choosing ourselves. It just takes time. So if you sit down, and whoever this is that's in the King of Pentacles energy, see the moon is here is in reverse. Whenever the moon is in reverse, that means something is being clearly seen. And what somebody is clearly seeing is that you are in an unreciprocated relationship. There is no equal reciprocity. I'm getting Lauryn Hill. There is a song she has called about reciprocity. Something about reciprocity, getting reciprocity. You want reciprocity. And what you see is, if you're the one doing the money, you're the one, listen, I want you to just see this, because this is you as the King of Swords, taking your analyst. So even though the High Priestess is not out here, this is still somebody who has a high amount of intuition. The King of Swords. So this is you analyzing how you're showing up. And I want you to look at this. You got the Ace of Cups with the Page of Cups. You got the Queen of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So how are you showing up? How are you showing up? You're showing up in grandiose effort, and they're showing up with barely any, if that at all. This is somebody who's not investing in the relationship. You are. And so here with the moon being in reverse, you're seeing this like, oh, I'm the one doing this, that, the other. They're the ones doing all the taking. But remember, if you don't want somebody to take, then you have a choice. I can cut this off whenever I want to. And so that's what I see someone doing. How you doing, Kelly Marie? The Real Beat Muse, welcome to the channel. King Cobra the Don, welcome back, baby. It's been a minute. Welcome back. Okay. If you are new here, please say hello and double tap your screen. Let's get these lights up. How y'all doing? Welcome. I feel like my hair is freezing. Holy Spirit, what is this you got for the collective? We got the Wheel of Fortune here in reverse. What is that? The Queen of Swords in the upright. The Nine of Swords is in the upright. The Wheel of Fortune in the upright. The Eight of Wands is in reverse. And Balance, which would be Temperance, is in the upright. So we got Sagittarius, Eight of Wands, and Balance, which is Temperance, are both Sagittarius. The Queen of Swords is Libra. The Nine of Swords is Gemini. And the Wheel of Fortune is Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. Okay, fixed energy. How you doing, Shelly Storm? Okay. All right. So let's get into it. So this person feels like you are their good luck charm here with the Wheel of Fortune. Whatever life throws at them, whatever card the Wheel of Life lands, I can come to Collective, and Collective will give me peace, and they will release money to me. This is how they feel. So you're somebody's basic good luck charm. Okay. Hey, User Bull and Nyla Anderson and Paul Bryant. Welcome to the channel. So somebody is literally looking at you as their good luck charm. Whenever I feel hopeless, I can just run over here to Collective. Whatever, and notice the wheel. These are tarot cards. Every card has a meaning. So whatever card they land on, I can just come over here and collectively gonna fix it. Somebody is looking at you like you are Mr. or Mrs. Fix It. You are the one who I can just come to you and you just clean up my whole life. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how that makes you feel if you looked at this from a higher perspective. Somebody may not realize how stressful this is. And maybe you needed to take some time. And this is a king who is sitting there contemplating. Maybe you need to think about how stressful it is that you got to always come in and pour fully into somebody's cup who barely poured anything into yours. That's stress. So when there's a problem, see, problems are still problems. And problems can sometimes lead to anxiety. So instead of this person worrying about how they're going to fix it, they just come to you. They drop their problem on your lap. Now you're the one who may be losing sleep over how to solve their problem, how to get their cup full. That's not your job. That's not your job. And the reason why I'm saying that's not your job is because here with the Queen of Swords, this is you going, that's not my job. I should have a boundary. I should have a boundary. The Queen of Swords, when she's in the upright, she's making a head of a heart decision. She's not heartless, but she's not thinking from her heart space. She's thinking more from a logic. This is not my job to keep stressing out over your problems to help you to feel like you got good luck. And sometimes, y'all, we will find lovers and friends who every single time something is wrong in their relationship, or every single time they, I walked out on work. Now you don't have your money. You just spent your money on weed or alcohol or whatever the hell you want to. Now you want me to pay for all your needs. You did what you wanted. Now I'm supposed to take care of what you need. That's not cool. That's not cool. My dad that's one thing my dad taught me. People will use you. They will go do what they want, but then they'll call you for the need. Some people are not responsible like that. And so as a Queen of Swords here, if you were to really look at this from a logical point of view, you need to create a boundary. You should not be you got to cut yourself off from being the option that somebody run to. We have to cut ourselves off from being the option sometimes that people feel like, oh, that's the friend who will always make sure when I have a bad day, they're my pick-me-up. Because people will do it. How you doing, Keisha? And Sandra Reed and Evangelina Garza. Welcome to the channel. By you creating a boundary, sometimes you got to let people go. You got to put them on block, baby, with the 8 of Wands. Once you realize that you are not in alignment, that you are the one that is carrying the relationship, whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, even if it's in a family dynamic, sometimes when you realize you're the one doing all the reaching out, the calling, the texting, you the one who is out here trying to listen. You don't know if they're going to respond at all. Sometimes you just got to pull back. Let me tell you something. What happens typically when you pull back? The truth comes out. Some of these people won't even call you. It's like they didn't really release you. Sometimes all you got to do is stop for a little bit. Let me see if they text me and ask me how I'm doing. They don't. Let me see if they call and reach out to me. I always feel like I call them. They don't. Hey, when we go out to eat, I'm going to just see how people react if I don't pay. Do they catch your attitude? Do they offer to pay? Is it always on your dime? This is part of you finding your balance. It's telling yourself the truth. Some of these people have been showing you through their actions that they're not in alignment with you the whole time. Because this is an action card. This is, that's that fire energy. 8 of Wands. You know what I'm saying? That's action. And somebody is showing you by their actions that they don't really F with you like that. They're not really down for you like that. This is somebody who is just going to continue to put up with you as long as you allow it. Whoever you are, you see that what is needed in your life is fair. And you need to be fair and balanced. And one of the ways that you're going to find your ultimate happiness is to find your balance. It is you're in an unbalanced situation. How and what can I do to balance me out? Here with the balance. He's holding 2 cups. And there is a rainbow going from each one. It says you got to blend the ideas of others with your own. It says a successful compromise, the power of diversity, self-control. Self-control is what you need to be balanced. Because somebody is out here being a Queen of Pentacles to somebody being a Page of Pentacles in reverse. They give you nothing. You out here taking care of them like you love them to pieces. And they said it. Whenever I'm in a hopeless situation, I come over here to you and you turn whatever problems I have into look like I just got good luck overnight. Like you somebody's damn genie. That's not fair. That is not fair. How you doing, Capricorn Deidre? Kim Dessou. How are you? Welcome to the channel. You're not somebody's genie in a bottle. That is not fair to you. It is not. And sometimes you need to sit back and think about what we're doing. Hey, Kim West, how you doing? Linda Flemings, Tuesday, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, everybody. You guys gotta, sometimes y'all, we just got to do an assessment. If you want to find balance and you want your ultimate happiness, sometimes you do need to cut some people off. You need to look at what doesn't serve you. If you're not in alignment with me, you got to go. There ain't no ifs, there ain't no ands, and no buts about it. And even if I barely walk away with nothing, like this man right here, sometimes walking away and he looking like, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. It be like that sometimes. Because anywhere sometimes it's being better, anywhere will be better than being treated like I don't matter. Like my love is not important. Like my feelings are not important. Your feelings, you are worthy of love. And the same love and respect that you give, you deserve that right back. And so even if we have to walk away and it's like, damn, man, I might be, I just moved here. I ain't going to have no friends. If I cut this person off or this family member off, I'm going to have to I may have to walk alone. And that 8 of Cups is somebody who is literally walking alone with the divine. That little dog is supposed to represent the divine. The divine is by your side. Sometimes that's all we got. Is you, yourself, and the Most High. That's it. That doesn't mean you're alone. That just means that you got to do what you got to do until you find your balance. And we do go through a mourning period. You do. Sometimes love don't stop just because, you realize the truth about somebody. But the truth is, you can't let your love for them supersede the love you have for yourself. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not going to let the love we have for others supersede the love we have for ourselves. That means that because if I do that, then that means that I will be a doormat. I will be the one who gets hurt here. And when I'm hurt, who's going to look at me and say, you know what? You don't deserve that. Let me tell you something. Because when somebody truly loves you, when we really love somebody, we don't want to see them hurt. When you really care about somebody, you don't want to see them without. So you will be there for them. But if they don't have that same love for you and same respect for you, and whoever this is that clearly don't, then you got to do what you got to do. How you doing, Chastity? We got the Lovers here in reverse. The 4 of Wands is in reverse. See what I'm saying? This person, they don't really see themselves committing to you, to be honest with you, at all. Let's keep it 100. They don't. This is somebody who does not see themselves being partners with you. They don't even see that. This is somebody who just using you. They are a Queen of Wands in reverse. This is somebody who is out here having sex with whomever they want to, being wild and impulsive. And here we got the Lovers, Gemini energy. See how they're holding hands? This ain't none of that. This ain't none of that. This ain't no divine connection, baby. This is somebody who does not see you. They may not see you as a divine partner. So like a soulmate or something, they might not see it that way. Oh, you're not my twin flame. I just can't see you being my soulmate. I just can't see it, baby. And the reason why this person can't see it, which you may not have known, is because they out here being street meat for the community. So if I'm being street meat for the community and I'm having sex with multiple options, why would I think that you you my soulmate? Yeah, right. This person don't feel like nobody is their person. Cause everybody, they with everybody. They don't have a strong emotional attachment like that. So here with the lovers in reverse. But this is somebody who doesn't see you as a partner, but they do see you as somebody they want to keep around for what you can provide. I don't want no commitment with you, but I'm gonna keep you for what you can provide, which is to help me to turn my life around when I find myself in a hopeless situation. You can bring me to peace and you can turn everything from one day I ain't got it, tomorrow I do. Because collective is gonna take care of me. This is what their expectation is. But here with the Four of Wands, why should you be stressed out over somebody who thinks that you are just a never-ending ATM or an emotional you're supposed to be there like a catcher. You're supposed to catch all their emotions. They can come and trauma dump on you. Tell you, oh yeah, let me tell you about what's going on in my relationship. What's going on with me. Me. They want to put their stuff up on you so you be stressed out at night. Whoever you are, you're saying absolutely not. I don't need this relationship. This is not, see, Four of Wands is about balance. Aries energy. This is about having a fair, balanced relationship where you both equal give and take. But if it's in reverse, baby, there's nothing balanced about it. You doing better to be single. And as that King of Swords, doing that analyst, this is what you're saying. Baby, this ain't a balanced relationship. It's not. And so as the Queen of Swords here, you're realizing, listen, I don't need this person to have a new start. If I walk away from this person and walk my ass out of a situation that seems very dark, see how he looked like he came from out of that? It's time for somebody to step out of the dark and step into the light. He left a dark situation. He's walking. It's like he's walking in a new world. He's walking into the light. The dreamer is the Fool card. And the Fool means I'm just like still stepping into the unknown. And listen, I don't know what lies ahead for me, but anything got to be better than this. Being disrespected or treating like my feelings don't matter. And notice that whoever this is, they're taking their own, they're by themselves. Again, they don't got a whole lot to take with them. And the only person by their side is this little dog, which represents the Most High walks with you. So that's all you taking. Into your new beginning, sometimes it's a renewal for some of y'all in your spirituality. Some of y'all will draw close to the divine, and the divine will be drawing close to you. Because, believe it or not, it says that sometimes God feels like the perfect sacrifice is a broken heart. Because when you're brokenhearted, that's when you tend to be humble and you tend to listen to the divine more. You listen. You will rely on. You will let God be your strength when your heart is broken. But a lot of times when our heart is not broken, we think, I got it. I can make all the choices and decisions. But when your heart is broken and you feel low, that's when you humble yourself and say, okay, I need help. And God will walk with you into your new beginning. One of the first things we have said it the last 2 days, that one of the things that you automatically will notice when you cut somebody off and you realize that they're not in alignment is that your money starts to come in faster. So this is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Taurus energy. This is when you're trying to grow it very slowly when it's in the upright. But when it's in reverse, baby, one of the first things you realize when you start blocking energies that are not in alignment is that money goes up. You know why? Because you ain't giving it out. That's one reason. Money automatically starts to shift because you're not giving it to dead weight who's just using you. So your pockets start realigning when you let go of past dead energies that are not contributing. And believe it or not, that is how a lot of y'all find balance. You end up taking the 10 of Swords right out of your own back. So somebody, let me tell you, the 10 of Swords is about leaving someone for dead when it's in the upright. This is about endings, closing out cycles, very painful cycles. But if you want to take the pain away, especially if you're going through something financially. Stop giving. All of a sudden now, bills that you had a hard time paying, you can pay them because you're not giving out money. You're cutting off access. And in cutting off access, that is how some of y'all find ways to alchemize. Oh, that debt that I used to be so I didn't have. Now that I'm not sharing that money with you, I can pay that off. And then balance is restored. Just like that. How you doing, Rusty Cobb and Shamika Jackson? And sometimes it be just like that. Just as quick as you look up, all things will start to be restored. Okay? People have a fear of being alone. So they put up with a lot of stuff that they ought not to. We have strength here in the upright, Leo. And the Ten of Swords was Gemini, and that Seven of Pentacles in reverse was Taurus. We have strength in the upright, the Five of Swords in the upright, the Nine of Pentacles is in the upright. How you doing, Regina? Jeanette, how you doing? From Canada. How are you? Welcome. The Emperor is in reverse. Nine of Cups is in the upright. All right, so let's talk about this. This person thinks that they can control you. Here with strength. They do. Whoever you are, even though they don't partner with you, they think that they have some sort of control over you. Even though I don't want a relationship with you, somebody thinks that they have some sort of control over you. Like, you know, they may even feel like y'all have some sort of peacefulness between the two of y'all. You know how sometimes people say what some things don't need to be said. What's understood does not need to be said. Somebody feel like y'all always got, you know, y'all close. Y'all got some sort of strong partnership and strength. You are also somebody who helps them to persevere. Whether you are in a relationship or not, you help me. You're somebody reliable that will help me to persevere through storms. You just always got my back. This is how somebody feels. You just always got their back. Now, this person, they feel like they can win at all costs, even if y'all are not partners. You help them to win at all costs. Somebody's in their ego. You help them win at all costs, even though they're not in a relationship with you. That is their ego. And let me tell you something. People who are in their ego will think that you will never remove them from your life. Baby, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Nothing is more insulting than someone looking in your face and you going, you know what? I'm almost over this whole thing with you. Oh, child, you love me. You ain't going nowhere. That's ego. Somebody here with the Five of Swords, they're in their ego. Even if they're not dating you, they don't think you're going anywhere. They're not stressing out over this. From their view, you're not going anywhere. And this is somebody, remember, they feel like you helped them to persevere. And why? Because they think that you're going to keep rescuing them. But see, when you tell yourself the truth, you don't need a new start with them. It was never about you and them anyway. It was always you and the divine. The divine now being represented as this red cardinal. When you are by yourself, baby, you are single. You are successful. You got it going on. Do you see how she's dressed? That's somebody who lives a content lifestyle. She's in a vineyard. That means you got money. Typically, listen, if you know how to manage your money well, you ain't got to be the richest person in the world, but you can live a life of contentment. Your apartment or your home is paid for. You pay your car notes. Your bills get paid. You could buy yourself something nice every now and then, or you could buy your kids something nice. You go on vacations. You can do stuff. That is a Nine of Pentacles energy. It's not always y'all. Whenever we see these 9 and 10 of Pentacles, don't always think, oh man, I got to be rich like a millionaire. No, baby. If you live a content, peaceful lifestyle where you can pay your bills month to month, you can afford to go to the doctor, go to the dentist, you can take care of things to help take care of you. You always got food on the table, baby. You are independent. You do not need somebody to take care of you. That is an independent energy. And so once you realize and tell yourself the truth, baby, I was always taking care of me. I don't need this person to take care of me. They need you. And if you tell yourself the truth, that this person is actually, they feel like they're being codependent on you. They're so much in their ego that they feel like they can be independent. They can be codependent on your independence because you have the means to come in and keep them afloat. They said it. The Nine of Pentacles is Virgo energy. Somebody believes that you may not, listen, they know that you don't need them. Can we keep it 100? A lot of times people know that they ain't shit. People who ain't shit know they ain't shit. And they also know that some of y'all they know that they don't deserve to be talking to you. They know that they ain't even on your damn level. But they'll play you to the left like you need them. They play them hot and cold games like you need to be a part of my life. And Spirit is saying right here, now, baby, you better remember who the hell you are. You're strong, you sexy, you independent, baby. You have it going on. You don't need nobody financially. You not need nobody spiritually, emotionally, mentally, or physically. You can hold it down. You might want somebody, but you don't need nobody when you're a Nine of Pentacles. And this person who is always expecting in their ego, collective ain't going nowhere. It's time to give somebody a rude awakening. Because somebody thinks that you have money coming in fast and you don't love yourself. And they can come to you, not be committed to you. And you will persevere and have all this resilience to keep them going like you love them and what they're going through more than you love yourself. It's time to show somebody, baby, the Emperor in reverse. You need to pull your energy all the way back. Because somebody thinks that you're just there to provide. Because you a Nine of Pentacles energy or the Emperor. Somebody looking at you like just like you made of money. You are somebody's strong ass ATM. And Spirit is saying, cut them off. Stop communicating with this person who is nowhere near in alignment with you. And you need to drop your position from being a provider and then you'll see your money will come in fast because you didn't let go of dead weight. And what you're not going to believe is that when you let them go, you're going to run right into your personal wish fulfillment. All those swords that was in your back, all that worry and stress because y'all had the 8, the 9, and the 10 of swords here. But see, the 10 of swords, it was in reverse. The 8 and the 9 of swords are in the upright. So that means that you could have been in a middle prison, losing sleep, trying to worry about your bills, they problems, your problems, doing this, doing that. And Spirit says you want your personal wish fulfillment, take the swords out your back. Stop giving to this person. Stop meeting them as like you got the Midas touch for both of y'all. So listen, it is a blessing to be blessed with money. It is a blessing to be blessed with money that can afford to take care of not just yourself, but others. But somebody is treating you like you are their parent, honey. They don't have to do shit but sit on their ass and you just gonna keep dolling out money. Here you go. If I got it, you got it. No, baby, this ain't that. Some of y'all were waiting on partnerships or friendships to step the hell up. We got bills every month. When you gonna get a job? Oh, well, such and such is doing spell work on me, or such and such. They give you some lame ass reason on why they ain't got their shit together. And sometimes if you just take the time to sit still, and I want every last one of y'all to not be afraid of silence. Sometimes the first thing people say is when I get to being quiet, it seems like my mind get to wondering and then I be thinking about dumb stuff. But after you get done thinking about all that dumb stuff, guess what? We'll start to talk to you. The divine will speak straight to your intuition and will give you memories of past situations. Then will show you that, hey, remember this thing that was bothering you? Look at it from this perspective. You'll realize that somebody been playing on your top the whole damn time. And it is your job for you to find your wish fulfillment and by pulling back your energy and stop allowing somebody access that don't damn deserve it. It is a privilege to have you in their life. It is a privilege to be loved by you. It is a privilege to be your friend or to be your lover. It is a privilege. And you deserve somebody who is going to give you the same. And whoever this is that is looking at you like you're just supposed to be there to help them and like their problems are more important than yours, then you need to send them a very rude awakening. The baby, no, it's not. No, it's not. And it's about to be about me, myself, and I. You worry about your own damn problems. I got my own kids to feed. Why I'm trying to feed yours too. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. But the disrespect is getting loud. Not just for, listen, I see it every day. You know, Spirit brings stuff to my attention every day. I will come across videos where men are disrespecting women or women are disrespecting men. And I'm going to be honest with you, I have had enough. I've had enough to hear of people and their expectations. Let me give you an example. And this ain't always got to be people you have history with. This is people you ain't even met. A guy going around asking women, so what is an acceptable amount on the first date? One girl went off. You brought me to Subway. Do I look like the type of girl that would go? First of all, why is somebody got to spend all this goddamn money on you? And they just trying to get to know you. Instead of me talking to you on the phone, I just want to sit down and have a conversation. But Jay expecting Ruth Chris, oh man, I got to get my nails done. You got to give me $450. The man said, excuse me, what? Say what? $450. And then a guy was walking by and he said, hey man, it costs $450 for them to get their nails done. He said, yeah, about $400. He said, man, I just met you. One girl said, oh, look, listen, we're going to set the tone right now. You going to pay my rent? I just met you. Ladies, I know y'all want providers, but what you going to do if ain't nobody there to pay for your rent? You're not going to pay your own rent. You going to literally let yourself be homeless until you can you're going to prostitute yourself out for a roof over your head. And there are some men who will do it too. They'll prostitute themselves out for a roof over their head. No, we're not. You still got to eat. You still got to have a roof over your head. And you still got to have clothes on your back. And those are basic necessities that every last one of y'all's parents should have taught you as you were becoming an adult. You got to have the basic necessities. And whether you have somebody there to support you or not, you still got to move on day after day after day after day. And I know it sounds like, Tasha, why you saying it? Because it's ridiculous. There are whole pages dedicated to women trying to get money out of men. And one of them is, and they talk about how they don't trust women. And there's some women who don't trust men, that hate men. Oh, you're this and you're that. One lady said, I could not believe it. I cringed. She said her husband had worked 15 hours in the sun. And she looked and said, I've been home all day. You should cook for me. What about me? What about what my wants and needs? You go work 15 hours in the sun. Tell me how you feel. I have. I'm a mail carrier. I have worked. That's a physical job. 15 hours in the sun. As soon as you sit down, you're going to pass out. And she's talking about, well, you could buy me some food or do something. Why haven't you ordered the food? Some of y'all married to people like this. Some of y'all have friends or family members that are like this. Lovers that are like this. And I'm sitting back going, child, sometimes, listen, being alone is not your biggest problem. Being attached to energies like this that are that selfish, self-centered, and inconsiderate, that is the problem. And why not just go ahead and remove it so you can find your real wish fulfillment, and you have taken all them swords right up off all the problems. Woo, feel like I'm free at last. I can pay my bills and do just fine. I ain't no need of me trying to pay yours and you don't give a damn. You're not being considerate. You ain't even considering my feelings. Like I'm supposed to just always be here and there's nothing that y'all have to give to me. It has just been, it's unreal. It is unreal. How you doing, Tasha Holmes? And I set the tone. The stuff that I have come across. Good evening, Cameron Blair. And it's sad. Like, I see why sometimes people are like, I hate all women or I hate all men, because I see the misuse of respect in both areas. And at some point, you, as a grown adult, have to decide, do I want to keep playing these games? When is some of y'all going to step up and show up and meet somebody exactly where the hell they are. Everybody is not manipulative out here. There are some people with good hearts. There are some people who are looking for real life connections, but they seem to keep falling into connections with people who are not good for them. And I had a whole conversation with the divine about this today. I said, some people are trying their best to manifest good relationships, and then they find themselves, divine, in relationships where they're not being treated fairly. They're not being treated the way they deserve to be treated. And then I brought up, I said, and I know that your son was very good to a lot of people, and he didn't deserve to be treated. Now, and people say, well, Jesus was treated one way, so why should you expect to not be treated that way? And then I kept running into a roadblock with the divine. I said, I don't understand. I am somebody of high emotional intelligence. When I hurt somebody, I understand that I hurt them. If I understand people's pain. I understand empathy and sympathy. I understand putting myself in your shoes. I get all that. And I said, but what I don't understand is why some people can see what they do and others don't. And you know what the answer to the question was? I said, because listen, there are some people who believe, like Jesus said, treat others the way you would like to be treated. But then you treat others the way you like to be treated, but they never actually meet you at the line of treating you that way, right? I said, so why is that? And you want to know the difference? It's the same reason why some people repeat the same mistake over and over and over again. And listen, you don't have to like my answer, but this is what the divine gave me. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of God. And understanding is turning away from evil. Now you may say, what? Now I just said, whoever you are, the divine is by you. This is somebody who is content with being single. The fear of God does not mean to be afraid of God, but to have a reverent respect for the one who created, who is trying to align your life down a pathway that is better for you. This thing right here, this is somebody who thinks that you are made to just take care of them. They're going to use you. They want to manipulate you. And the divine is saying, no, you are glorious. You deserve to be dressed in fine linen. And when I say that, I'm not trying to say you deserve to be rich. Y'all, just think like a metaphor, okay? You deserve better. This is how God sees you. And so even if you have to stand by yourself and stand with little old me over here, that is you showing that, listen, you're listening to me. You deserve better, even if you have to be by yourself. I'm with you. Now, let me show you how I said the beginning of understanding is turning away from evil. Well, if you understand, then you know not to treat other people like that. I'm not going to be a manipulator. I'm going to take care of myself because God is providing for me to take care of myself. And I'm not going to misuse or abuse my relationships, my friendships, my family partnerships, my business partnerships with others. That is understanding. Do you understand now what I'm saying? So why do you keep getting people? And I kept saying, well, God, well, if I get my lesson, how come they don't? Because some people are not listening to God, period. Some people don't listen to the divine. Some people are not trying to look at something from a higher level of consciousness. So you know what they do? They get on this hamster wheel of treating people bad over and over again, being manipulative over and over again, expecting other people to take care of their problems. Well, I know this is my rent, and I see that you live in this good neighborhood, and I live in the neighborhood over here, so you're supposed to pay my... No, baby, you live there. I just met you. You need to be able to provide for yourself anyway, because that is a basic need of life. And the divine will provide that for you. Now, if you living above your means, then you need to go make some more money. Because at the end of the day, y'all, it is nobody's responsibility to take care of a grown, healthy adult who is mentally and physically able to take care of themselves. That is a choice. And some of y'all are out here, and I tell Spirit, I say, I feel like it's something in the air, in the atmosphere, in this 3D matrix, where a lot of people are wanting people to be out here making it rain, and they don't have to bring shit to the table. And they're manipulating people and wanting to be flown out. Everybody knows what it means when somebody fly you out. Oh, if I fly you out and I'm providing for you, they're expecting you to come up off some ass. And if you ain't coming up off that ass, it's about to be a problem. Oh, I thought you was just gonna treat me like a queen. Who? Only person who gonna treat you like this is the divine herself, or himself, if you want to call God a masculine. Only the divine is gonna treat you like this. But you think everybody else owe you something. We getting real with it tonight. I ain't with it. What's up, Boo Boo Bear, Martin Simpson, and Robin Stovell? Some people might not like what I say, but I'm speaking the truth. The divine will speak life into you. Divine will make it so that you are independent. You can take care of yourself and live a very comfortable life. You can have the new start that you want. That you have a mental capacity to see yourself the way God sees you. The one who said, I will never leave nor forsake you. And make sure that all your needs and wants are taken care of. God will do this. But somebody else wants to manipulate and cheat and barely come to the table. And I'm going to go out here and I'm going to have sex with whomever I want to. And I'm going to use you to emotionally, trauma dump on you. And then when I find myself in a pickle because I done overspent on with my third parties and laid up and got high and drunk and gambled all my money away, I'm coming to you and now I'm going to take from you. And now you're doing without. And now you got to stress on how you going to get more money. And they over here feeling like, yeah, I done manipulated them out their money. It's time to wise the hell up. Wise up. The beginning of understanding is turning away from foolish things. That is when you know you got it. And having a strong relationship with the divine will actually keep you from making bad mistakes. So that is what the divine, I kept coming back to that, was that if this is the beginning of wisdom, is the fear of God, and then the turning away of evil things. In other words, being manipulative and being like a con artist type thing is the beginning of understanding. Then it makes sense on why some people change and others don't. Others don't because they don't care. They don't give a damn about themselves, let alone the divine or you. So when you feel like you've gained lessons, and some of y'all will look back at your exes or you'll look at old partnerships and you'll be like, dang, they still ain't changed. Like they don't care at all, God. They don't care at all about what they did. And God be said, because I have done it. They don't care at all what they've done to me. No. Oh God, it's so not fair. I'm over here trying to be a better person, be my highest and best self, and they just don't care. They don't care. They don't care about themselves, let alone you and what they done to you. By you sitting with the divine illuminates your crown chakra, helps you with your third eye to have strong spiritual discernment and look at something from a higher perspective and go, you know what, that ain't cool right there. I can't act like that. I can't do that right there. I got to be a better person than that. I need to walk with some character and have some integrity about myself. And in fact, you know what? The divine will show you to take personal responsibility for the things that happen to you instead. So you're not even blaming this person who took advantage of you. God will show you how you had a choice in that and how you can stop that. I'm talking to the people who want to be on some grown woman or grown man stuff tonight. So if you don't like it, I ain't got no problem with nobody clicking out because I'm telling the truth. You want your life to be different. You're tired of people taking advantage of you. You're tired of being that good friend. I'm always the one that everybody relies on. Everybody want to come to me with their problems and be used. Then let go and find your value and sit with the divine and let God show you who you are. And get your life in order. You can still be giving, but one of the things that I have noticed that most people give, but you stop giving to so many people that know you. You start giving out to people who you could just be a blessing for, and then go on. Because it's easier than being around people who think that you are they have somehow seen a pattern of I can do something to you and you just gonna keep taking it and taking it and taking it. This is why sometimes people seek to go do like little secret Santa type stuff for or be a blessing to people they don't know. Because the people that do know you, it's like they're looking for a pattern. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Oh man, look like you doing all right. So now I'm gonna come back over here and beg you for this. I'm sorry. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. I apologize if I missed your name. How you doing, Kamaria, Marie? Or is that how you say it? I always get your name wrong. All right, so we got the 3 of Wands. The High Priestess is in the upright. The Knight of Wands is in the upright. The 10 of Wands is in the upright. And the Empress is in the upright. Listen. This person, I'm telling you, this person thinks that you are just going to always rush in. Like you are so passionate about what is between their legs that you're going to just come through and make sure that they always good. All I gotta do is come in with a little dang-a-lang of vagina. This is the Knight of Wands. Somebody feel like all I gotta do, and then I didn't. All my problems are taken care of. For real, sex fix everything. Sex will fix this financial problem because I'm gonna go over here and have sex with the person who got the money. Then they gonna give me the money, and then I'm gonna persevere till another day. No, that ain't what we doing. That is not what we gonna do. This person think that they don't have to have a relationship with you. All they got to do is come in, rush in with a little passion, and you're supposed to help them to persevere. To be resilient. That's not what we're going to do. You need to see this for exactly what this is. Somebody is using you. Hey, Chair Bear, and what's your name? A Newsworth or something. I don't know what your name is, baby. I see Ann at the beginning. I know I probably got it wrong. Chosen One and Christina Jefferson. How you doing, Lindsay? Welcome. This right here is Spirit saying, listen, with the 5 of Swords here and the 10 of Wands, you don't have to put up with somebody being in their ego thinking that they just can take advantage of you. You don't have to put up with this. You don't have to carry all of their shit and yours and overwhelm yourself. And now, see, look, she looks overwhelmed like, God. Because, see, sometimes when you start making other people your problem, their problem is yours. And you looking like, oh, my God, how am I going to pay my bill? I got my car payment. I got their car payment. Oh, my God. And God forbid they live with you. Then you got to worry about everything all on you. And Spirit says, let it go, baby. Let go of those wands, all those wands that you are carrying. You gotta remember, God said, come to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. My yoke is light. Give me your burdens. Give it to me. And you may say, no, Tasha, the divine ain't saying it. Yes, the divine is saying that. Get in the high priestess mode and remember who you are. Who walks with you? This is you sitting down with the divine and allowing the divine to illuminate your crown chakra and that third eye. And you sit down and you look at the history of things. Come on, sit down with me. Think about it. Sit down and let me show you something. Get quiet. And when I get done showing you, baby, you can have a new start. All you got to do is let go. Let go of what doesn't serve you, because this person right here is self-sabotaging you. They're self-sabotaging. 3 of Wands. They keep coming up short. 3 of Wands is about holding and maintaining. If we was baking a cake, something's missing here from this cake when it's in reverse. Somebody ain't showing up with something, so you're going to keep being self-sabotaging because they not. Remember, they said themselves, I'm a magician in reverse. This is somebody who don't believe in themselves to be able to either have the money to do it, have the mental capacity to stay doing it, the passion to do it with the wand energy, the sword energy, meaning the mindset. I don't have enough belief in myself to do it. Somebody is lacking. Okay? And I'm going to need you to have a real heart to heart with yourself about, hey, baby, they don't even pour out emotion. They don't really love themselves. Somebody feel like they lacking. And if you get in a high priestess mode, then you're going to realize that this is why you're going to keep being self-sabotaged, because somebody feel like they don't have it. And the easiest thing to do is to come over here since you believe you have it. But if I play off your emotions and your love, then guess what you'll do? Boss me up into an empress when I don't deserve it. Somebody think that this is all they got to do. They can self-sabotage you and still not be in a partnership with you, not be a real friend or real lover, and you still gonna make them an empress? Now you may say, make them an empress. Yeah. So you taking care of their needs and now they over here flashing for everybody else. You done spoke life into them, and now they out here going around talking to everybody like they hot shit. I got good confidence. Baby, when I met you, you was broken. And when nobody helping you. Hello? Y'all better recognize when you got healing energy. Because whoever you are, you done made somebody. You done blew them up to now they thinking they got the damn Midas touch. And will walk around with an attitude like they the shit. After you done poured money, time, energy, love, been a wise counselor, you done did all this. Now they don't walk around like they the shit. Enough's enough. What's up, Maya? No, this is not personal, Maya. Listen, this ain't personal, but if I'm hitting home, then I'm hitting home. Everybody that is in here, and I talk to most of my people that watch me, are 35 and up. I'm talking real grown ass people who have been through things. So if you feel like this is not for you, Maya, then please, you are welcome to leave, sweet pea. Because I'm very passionate about people being used. I don't like that. I am very passionate about people who don't recognize their worth. And this channel will speak life into you and help you to see who you are through God's eyes, so you can stop this manipulative shit where people think that they're going to take advantage of your kind soul. So yeah, it's personal. My purpose is personal. It matters to me. I take this shit very seriously. I am tired of seeing good people treated like shit and manipulated out of their hard-earned money and their love. And you sitting up here and you're respecting somebody and you offering them the best, and they treating you like pure shit on the bottom of their shoe, when you deserve better than that, because that is not why God had you be born, was to take care of some using ass, lazy ass person who don't see their damn worth. So they project onto you and expect you to be their parent. Yeah, I'm passionate about this shit. And if you don't like it, please exit stage left. And that is not me being funny. And welcome to the channel, by the way. Hello, Danielle. Because you ain't going to get it like you get it over here, baby. It's raw and uncut. And I mean it. I get tired of seeing good-hearted people being taken advantage of. I've seen people take advantage of their parents, children that will manipulate their parents. I've seen it. I've seen so many different things. And it's like, when is it going to stop? It's going to stop when you recognize your worth. That's when it stops. When you recognize that, listen, you don't have to be dependent on, some people feel like I need this. I got to be around people. I got to. And I'm not trying to isolate you. I'm not trying to make you be alone. I'm just trying to show you that you deserve better. And you need to be around people and measure it to make sure that they're giving you equal reciprocity. Equal reciprocity. And when it's not, then don't be afraid to cut it off. Some people are afraid to leave. Like that's your only option. You are the option. Choosing you will always be an option. And every last one of you need to always tell yourself that choosing me will always be the damn option. That is an option. Saving a relationship is not the only option. Choosing you is a very valuable option. Choose you. Choose you. Choose to see you happy. Choose to see yourself feel free. Choose you. You ain't got to sit there with somebody projecting on you and treating you like shit. Choose yourself. We got the 5 of Cups here in the upright, the 10 of Pentacles in the upright, the 5 of Wands is in reverse, the 2 of Pentacles is in reverse, and the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, Gemini, the 2 of Pentacles, Capricorn, the 5 of Wands is Leo, the 10 of Pentacles is Virgo, and then we have the 5 of Cups, Scorpio. Somebody's going to mourn you when you leave. You know why? Because when you leave, you're going to take the 10 of Pentacles with you. How are you getting the 10 of Pentacles when you let this person go? When you stop carrying all the weight of you and another person who is just dead weight, some of y'all are carrying dead weight ass friends, dead weight ass lovers. Some of y'all are. If you have, listen, some of y'all are, and you don't realize it. When you go to the restaurant and they're expecting you to always pay, that's a dead ass friend. Sometimes they expect your spouse because, you know, you the man at the table. You supposed to pay for every last one of these women at the table because you the man. Baby, this is not your damn daddy. I'm going to need y'all women to wake the hell up. Damn it. He ate one meal. His job is to pay for his meal, maybe whose birthday it is, and his spouse. Outside of that, if you can't afford to eat, then don't eat. You should stay your ass at home. Well, y'all invited me. If it's not a party, it's at a restaurant, and they're telling you you're going to have to pay, then pay for your own meal. It is ridiculous that somebody got one person got to pay $700 to. I haven't seen a bill that was all the way up to $4,600 today. Wanted one person to pay because it's the only man at the damn table. You are out your rabbit ass mind if you think that a man's supposed to do that. When are you gonna take responsibility? I don't know who has taught a lot of y'all ladies to be so damn codependent. Yes, he is supposed to provide. And then when you ask, what'd you bring to the table? Me? All y'all can lay on y'all's back. Men too. What else you gonna bring? Where is the mindset at? Where is the mindset at? Because like I'm seeing weak people. I see a lot of weak ass people when I'm doing this spread. The entitlement. Because like I said, there's somebody who could be the 10 of Pentacles by themselves. But because of their association, you could be in the 8 of Swords. You could be in debt. And see, Spirit says, come out of the illusion, baby. You don't need none of these dead ass people. These people who think that your friendship is all about them. They're creating these illusions for you. And why don't you just see it for what it is? Get in the high priestess. Be quiet. Start watching. Be observant. Don't say nothing. Pull back your energy. Everything you want to see, you're going to see. And what you're going to see is you'll stop juggling the moment you stop giving. You will stop juggling the moment you stop giving to dead ass weight. All you got to do is sit down and realize what the hell's going on. What this person is communicating to you is that they going to be all right because they can keep manipulating you. The world is full of manipulators all over the world. All over the world. Men and women. But those of you who watch me, I'm asking you to wake up. Everybody ain't got to be like this. And then you can judge each situation as it comes and test it out before you just be so willy-nilly to be such a good-hearted, open, an open book. Oh, I'm an open book. I don't really, I'm such a giver. Everybody, but yeah, they be looking for people that's like that. I'm not telling you to not be like that. I'm telling you to move wiser. And to get rid of energies that don't serve you. They want to manipulate you. Because this right here is somebody who just think that they can do whatever the hell they want to. I can sleep with whoever I want to, you're going to be there. I can do whatever I want to, you're going to be there. They feel like there's some sort of unconditional love. You love them like you love your damn kids. And somebody's mistaken. Hey, Nancy. And just FYI, you do realize I expect a certain level of maturity when I do these readings. So I'm not here to offend anybody like Maya or anybody else, but I do expect a certain level of maturity. I'm talking to grown-ass adults who sometimes have great hearts. And God is tired of seeing it. You being manipulated. And so I'm helping you in that sense. So if you ain't got the maturity level to be in here, then by all means, baby, keep scrolling. Don't waste my time. Hey, Matt and Cajun the house. We got the 2 of Swords here in the upright. Somebody did not see this coming, and they're going to be in regret because they're not expecting you to close them off. They're not. When you close them off and you recognize your worth, some of y'all will be leveling up to positions of leadership here with the King of Wands. That's Leo energy. You're going to go into a position of leadership and you're going to find the Ten of Pentacles. You're going to find that life is a lot more stable without this person. Money going to be coming in. Your mental going to be stable. Everything around you is going to start to level off. All from closing off this dead ass weight. Here with the Two of Swords. Two of Swords, Libra. All will be well. All will be well. How you doing, Diane? And Linda Fleming. Six of Wands here is in the upright. Six of Wands is about victory and success. You're going to find victory and success come out of chaos and confusion when you stop being manipulated. When you stop falling for the illusions that people are setting for you. And sex is one that really will blur a lot of lines. Sex will create a lot of illusions for a lot of people. Men and women. It does. It does. It does. And so once you stop looking at the illusions of things and you start really looking at things from a higher perspective as the high priestess, this is when you're going to find victory and success. This is when you find it. This is when you find it. Now, because it's like, okay, now you're able to sit in a position of leadership. Leaders are people who, listen, and even if this is the King of Wands, who's very handsome, even if you're a woman in that energy, very beautiful and handsome. But one of the things that you have to be passionate about is what you're going to allow in your life. So if you want to have victory and success, leaders are typically people who are moving in a different kind of way than the masses. Remember what I just said. They move differently. And I told you, I've been having a whole conversation with the divine about this all day today. I said, well, why is it this that I've learned lessons and they ain't learned nothing? No. And I told you, it's because of the relationship. When you have a deep relationship with the divine is going to keep sitting you down and you're going to keep having, because see, that's an intimate relationship. And so the divine is going to sit there and they're going to help you to have things more of a higher perspective. You're going to ascend to looking at things and you're going to be like, well, wait a minute. That's not the way I need to be moving. And this is what's going to make you victorious. And this is what's going to set you apart, because leaders lead. They don't follow the masses of being dumb and ignorant and being manipulative and being a user. We're going to move away from that. So when you move away from that, then you realize that, listen, you're not only are you juggling, but here with the Three of Wands, now you're going to be successful and you're actually going to be able to build wealth, not because of a partnership, but it's going to be a different partnership. The Three of Pentacles is about working together, but who are you working together with? This is one woman working on a statue. There are no other workers. So this right here is about, it says you be recognizing the recognition of high quality work. So being paid well for your craft, working well with others, an excellent reputation. You can have all of this by yourself. Well, who are you working with? The divine Holy Spirit. And so this is what turns you around. It depends on who you're in partnership with. See, there are some partnerships that tear you down. There are others where you work with them and you build up. I'm asking you, do you want the one where you're going to be built up, where God will speak life into you, helping you to see things from a higher perspective, and be like, maybe I shouldn't chase that. I mean, the world says this is this and everybody want to do this, but it don't mean you got to walk like that. When you sit with the divine, this is what you're going to see. Everything tends to work out with you with the Three of Pentacles. When you think about who you're in partnership with, this is a lady dancing with two angels. Can you see them? No. Can you feel their energy? Absolutely. So you have to decide, what's worth celebrating. Holding on to people who want to use you, that's just coming in, very childish, who want you to make them an empress. Or do you want to come in and see yourself differently and go, you know what? I would rather have the divine partnership with God, God's Spirit, God's Son, and your light team, your ancestors, or whatever you choose to believe in. And you know what? I'm going to allow that to be in my cup. Here with the Three of Cups. That's who I want to have my back. Because see, real partnerships pour into each other. Real partnerships have a certain level of intimacy. They don't tear you down. A real partnership wants to see you be your highest and best self. And so when I talk about that fear of the Lord type thing, that wouldn't be a dig. That's because God wants you to be your highest and best self. And so when you want it to be your highest and best self, then God is going to keep telling you how to move, how to maneuver. Look at this from a higher perspective before you go over here and act the fool. We don't want to do that. You want to move like this. If you keep doing this, money ain't going to do nothing but increase. Everything you do will work out for you. You will be out here creating masterpieces as she is. This statue, you're going to be out here creating masterpieces, and you won't be struggling financially or emotionally, and you won't be out here being self-sabotaged by some losing ass friend or lover or whomever. You won't, because you're going to, when you recognize your worth, God was going to help you to realize, hey baby, you're not as much as this person. She thinks she dancing, but God's like, no baby, I'm dancing when you dancing. I'm going to make sure that I have your back. So we need to be looking at that. This person who you was having their back, Spirit is telling you, you need to cut them off. Stop fighting for that connection. This is the 7 of Wands. Stop fighting for connections with people who don't respect you. Go ahead, and with the 2 of Swords, you need to let it go. You need to be at a stalemate. Stop fighting for them. Even if you've been knowing this person forever long. And this is hard for some of y'all. When you've been knowing somebody forever, this is my, sometimes it be family members. Sometimes it be our best friend or a lover. We've been together 10, 15 years. And now you telling me, Tasha, to stop fighting for that? Yeah, so if it means you bossing up and looking at something from a higher perspective and getting your life together, yeah, I'm asking you to cut off this person that some of y'all have poured nothing but love into. Nothing but love into. Because listen, if it's not reciprocated, this is the world. Sometimes those relationships need to come to an end in order for you to find victory and success. Sometimes we have to cut off cousins, bad relationships in order to find success. Because if you don't, some of y'all gonna keep ending up with the Ace of Pentacles here in reverse, which means you're losing. And you find yourself brokenhearted with the 3 of Swords. Whether this is cheating or just somebody breaking your heart because of the disrespect got loud. The disloyalty got loud. The betrayals got loud. And then this lady right here, she looks like she don't even recognize herself no more. And typically, when this happens, you want to know when this typically happens is when you're friends or you're in partnership with energy vampires. She looks thin. She looks like her hair may have been falling out or she didn't cut it. I've seen this happen to me and men have. I remember one guy, he was losing hair going through his divorce. Had a head full of hair. His hair started falling out. He started losing weight. Same thing that happened to women will sometimes happen to men. When you end up brokenhearted over some false ass relationship left you brokenhearted. Even if this person, now some of y'all, your person may have put you in a third party here with double threes, the 3 of Swords and 3 cups. But sometimes it's not about a third party. Some of y'all, it's just these people. Your brother or your sister constantly disrespects you, belittles you. Sometimes it's a parent. Sometimes it's a child. And as hard as it is, sometimes you got to stop investing in them people and allow the tower with transformation. Sometimes it's time for a transformation. Sometimes you got to stop fighting for what ain't fighting for you. It's time. He's holding a timer. It's time for you to go through the transformation. This will be the Tower card. You need to go through a tower sometimes. And towers are not always meant to feel good with the sun here in reverse. Towers illuminate sometimes with that sun who really has your friend. Who really is your friend. Who really is your lover. Who really is that family member who gives a damn about you? Who really is for you, that really loves you? That's what's going to be illuminated when you hit certain towers. There are some towers where people will be like, hey, baby, we're going to ride till the wheels fall off. And I'm not telling you to be a ride or die. Because some people are like, oh, so I guess if we ain't riding, we died. No, it ain't that. It ain't that. But everybody needs to know that they have some true friendships, true people in their corner. And if you don't, then you need to let the tower take these people out of your life and remove them. And sometimes the unfortunate thing is when you have these towers, you got to start over from the beginning. Sometimes when God shakes your life up and helps you to let go of what don't serve you, you got to start over. This is the Knight of Pentacles. This looks like land where the seeds ain't even beginning to grow. Sometimes, y'all, we end up having to start over from scratch when we have gotten ourselves hooked up with a bad financial decision. Some friendships, some relationships, some partnerships, or even family members are bad investments. And we find ourselves having to start over. You got some of y'all found bankruptcy. Some of y'all will downsize. Some of y'all might lose a job, get a job. Sometimes you literally got to start from the bottom all over again. When certain relationships end, it's like that. But when you are in that partnership by yourself, I want you to realize here with the Hermit, you are not alone. You might be alone, but this right here is spiritual transformation happening to you. This is real elevation. This is what's happening to you. Hey, Lynn Dee. This is what is happening to you as the Hermit. Your light in your heart space will expand, but you're not by yourself because God's light is there. And like a pillar, he will lead you. Or she will lead you, you know. God will lead you to wherever you want to go. And I say she because God wanted me to, those of y'all who know, wanted me to refer to God as a woman. But I know most people in the world refer to God as a man. But if you want to be illuminated and see this angel, see how he has this light around his head. He's holding the lamp of God. He has the fire right there. God will give you something to be passionate about. God will illuminate stuff for you. You can go through this spiritual elevation. This is spiritual. You're going through a spiritual test. But you're not by yourself. Even if you have to start over, even if you're in hermit mode, you are not alone. You just got to learn how to rely on the divine. You will come out of the Five of Pentacles. Even if you've experienced extreme heartbreak. Even if you look like you feel like you're unrecognizable to yourself. And all energy has been left. You can come out of poverty. You're not by yourself. You're not weak. You're not fragile. God will help you to come out of the cold. What is being offered to you, what is going to be so crazy, is that the moment that you go through this transformation and you allow the tower to fall, guess who decides they want to come back? Without failure. Without failure, here comes your person who didn't love you. Now, all of a sudden, now they love you. Now they want to apologize with the Seven of Swords. All the things they did behind your back. This is them now with a King of Cups. Now here they come with these grand gestures. I do love you. But they weren't invested. This is somebody who, once you start pouring into you, then here they come, want to dig up the past. Somebody wants to dig it up. I don't want to see you out here by yourself. They want to dig it up. Oh, no, I ain't ready for stuff to be over between us. Now they want to dig it all, dig up the relationship. But Spirit is trying to tell you, I need you to remember. Here, look, awakening. The hangman is in reverse. So that third eye should be beaming. Hey, you're supposed to be able to see now. I have illuminated you to see that you was in a partnership that didn't give you nothing. Six of Pentacles is in reverse. This person could see you in need. They didn't give you nothing. They could see you needed help. And some of them still didn't do nothing but add burdens. And here it is with the hangman in reverse. Spirit is saying, remember where I found you. Remember, they wasn't giving you nothing. This person, when you needed to be rescued, they ain't had your back. I need you to remember this before you go digging, letting this person dig up, selling you pipe dreams. When I tell y'all this, sometimes these are family members. Listen. Some of y'all have heard this, and I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna give you an example of a family member situation. There was a man who was a stepfather for 17 years to a young lady. Her husband suggested, why don't you have your real dad walk you down the aisle? The stepfather was the one who was going to host a 250 people at his house for his daughter, his stepdaughter. He was paying for the venue, the reception, all of it. He had put her through college, paid $40,000 for her to go to university or college. He had also bought her first car. He had done all of this. And so they were having the first dinner with the parents, and they stood up and announced that, her dad came to the house, which the stepfather was like, what's he doing here? And then they stood up, her and her husband, and said, he's going to walk us down the aisle. He was so offended. And then he asked his wife about it. Hey, did you know something about this? She said yes. I'm about them being together. Their family is cool. He said it's been 17 years. He's been absent. He has not done anything for her. And now what she did not see, she could have had her father and her stepfather walk her down, but she didn't think like that. She felt like she was justified. He said, so this is what we're going to do. Tell your dad to pay for the wedding. He pulled back. And not only did he pull back, he left the wife. And some of y'all might be like, dog, he's extreme. But it was the respect wasn't there. The disrespect was loud. If you invest 17 years into anybody, friendship, parent, you stepping in, doing whatever, and somebody shows you that they don't respect you, they want your money, but they don't have no respect for the position that you play, and they are blatantly in your face disrespecting you, you have every damn right to pull back, being that emperor and become the emperor in reverse. You have every right to drop everything and let them figure it out. There's going to be a group of people that some of y'all going to come across. There's going to be no nonsense, because disrespect, it will not be tolerated. And that type of thing right there, like I see one where the girl wanted her dad to give up his her stepfather, who had been there since she was little bitty, will give up your ticket for the graduation so her real dad, the mama was signing on board. He said, you know what, I'm done. He left her too. Left the mama and the child. The girl ended up about to be evicted. Who did she call? Her stepdad said, hey, Dad. He said, I done told you, stop calling me that. What are you calling me for? Well, I'm about to be evicted. Well, call your dad. The mother thought, well, that you're wrong. And I'm going to just share this with you. You know what ended up happening? Her dad didn't even show up to the graduation. They took his ticket. And her real dad still didn't show up. But you didn't just ruin a whole history that you had with somebody who did. Disrespect. And they could not, and what was getting me, again, I was talking to the divine about, I said, they don't even think they did nothing wrong. And kept standing by it. Kept standing. Oh, I ain't do nothing wrong. Something wrong with you. If you can't see somebody investing that much money, time, love, attention, and you don't see that that's disrespectful. But that's how the majority of the world thinks. Unless you allow God to help you to see something from a higher perspective and be like, that's bogus. You can't be doing people like that. God will show you can't do that. That's not cool. That is not how we moving. And you need to move different. How you doing, Marcel Anderson? Y'all, this is called the Umbrella and Moon Seekers Oracle. And I know tonight we on a roll. But it is what it is. Okay. Hey, Amber. Let's talk about it. We got recognition. Doing too much. Occupied. Fear no evil. Let me get one more. Hey, Tanya Boldy. Only a child. I hate when that card comes out. Okay, so let's talk about it. Spirit is saying recognize. Do you recognize your worth? Do you recognize that you also need to be kind to yourself? It is disrespectful of you to yourself if you keep allowing people to disrespect you. So you need to recognize your worth. Do you recognize your worth? This looks like somebody who don't recognize their worth. And so you need to treat yourself kindly. You need to do nice things for yourself sometimes. You do need to treat yourself. Same way some of y'all will break your back to go out here and buy people gifts. Sometimes you buy yourself a damn gift. You need to recognize your worth. Okay? Now, when you do treat yourself, believe it or not, some people will feel like you're doing too much. But Spirit is saying some of y'all are doing too much for others. It says pouring into others is beautiful, but don't forget to fill your own cup. Some of y'all are very, very giving, loving, sweet, kind souls. But God wants you to know you have got to pour into your cup too. Sometimes y'all do be doing too much. You be overgiving. And you deserve the same love and care that you give so freely. It is not selfish to care for yourself. That's called self-love. How you doing, Sharon Hines? Okay? You got to start taking care of yourself, y'all. Listen, it is okay for you to tell people I'm busy and being occupied. Sometimes you need to be busy. Sometimes you need to be worrying about yourself. Sometimes you need to have, it says a strong sense of determination is admirable, but sometimes y'all are busy trying to take care of yourself. Self-care needs to be prioritized. I don't know who I'm telling this to, but you know who you are. Some of y'all don't never take no time for yourself. You don't take time for your diet, your exercise, your mental, your emotional, your health. And God is asking you to please go be occupied while taking care of pouring into yourself. Now it says, fear no evil. If you are ready to leave the past behind, sometimes it will try to haunt you. Like when I say the past, sometimes when we are removing certain energies that don't serve us from our lives, sometimes it will be like something you try to get away from, but it seems like it never leaves you, the memory of it. And God wants you to know you're ready. Even if the past keeps trying to pop up on you, some of y'all are ready to leave the past behind. You're ready to leave things that don't serve you. Now, it says only as a child. Not all of you, but some of y'all have some childhood wounding that is really bad. And that is what haunts you. Maybe some things you were very neglected, mistreated. You could have went through some SAing. You could have been physically, mentally, and emotionally abused as a child. And that is a burden that is hard for some people to shake, even in adulthood. But Spirit wants you to know you are now grown. You can learn from the things that happened to you even as a child. And you can evolve from that. You don't have to be stagnant. You can evolve. You can actually be gentle. You need to be gentle with yourself. If you need to go sit on somebody's couch, please do so. But you do need to sometimes address what happened to you so you can start to heal from childhood wounding. Because sometimes that is one of the things that haunts us. And it has a big, profound effect on our adult relationships. How you doing, Valerie? It's time for some of y'all to use your voice. Do not be afraid to use your voice. It says voice. Your situation will not improve unless you open up and express yourself. Remember, people will not know what is your boundary? How do I know you have a boundary if you never told me you had one? Do you tell people, hey, you can't do that to me. You can't talk to me like that. You need to listen. Things will not change unless you open up and start saying, hey, that's unacceptable. You cannot talk to me or treat me this way. If you don't love you, then who's going to love you? If you don't set a boundary, then who's going to set the damn boundary? People will walk all over you because you're allowing it. At some point, you have to say, hey, oh no, baby, no, 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 that's disrespectful. How do I know what you feel is disrespectful if you don't say nothing? People will treat you the way that they treat you because you ain't saying nothing. Sometimes you need to, and all it takes is speaking up. And secondly, choosing wisely who the hell you let in your life. Choose wisely because everybody does not deserve your time, your attention, or your effort. So if you are somebody who tends to draw generous individuals, it says, but somebody who lacks the ability to bring calmness. Listen, sometimes some people will find people in their life that might seem generous, but then this person don't keep, like, some about their spirit makes you feel like you bouncing off the walls. Like they don't, like they upset your spirit to where it's like you can't be calm. Like, have you ever met somebody who's very generous, but you feel like you ain't got no rest around them? I know that sounds that sounds crazy, but there's some people who are they're overly, like, I met people who could be very giving, but then they're like always up in your face. Like they take up so much of your time. And so, like, sometimes people, when they're around certain energies that are overgivers, they don't know how to tell them no either. And overgivers can become takers too. Because now you feel upset. Now your inside is all upset. There's no calmness, even though this person's a nice person. Because you still ain't set the damn boundary. See what I'm saying? So you got to be the one, Spirit says, to change the narrative. Because this is your life. You can change the narrative anytime you want to. If, damn it, today when you get ready to go lay down and you go to bed, you go, you know what, I'm tired of living my life like this. Then tomorrow, start changing it. Start letting go of people, places, things, or even thoughts that don't serve you. Sometimes it's your thoughts. Oh, well, I am surrounded around a bunch of nice people, but nice people can take advantage too. I need you to recognize and start looking at things from a higher perspective. Boundaries are self-love. Boundaries are telling people who really give a damn about you, hey man, I'm not cool with that. And people will respect your boundaries if they give a damn about you. I know I can't overwhelm them because, they need their me time. People will respect you saying, hey, I need some time to me. Anybody who don't need to go. And Spirit wants some of y'all to recognize who is in your life to just be a distraction. Because some people, I told you, they can be cool, they can be nice, but some people are still distractions. Do you recognize a monitoring spirit when you got one in your presence? Do you recognize somebody who will try to get you distracted from the real issue because they want to sex you down, or they want, hey man, come on, let's go get high? Do you recognize when somebody is trying to redirect you to keep you from changing stuff because they want to keep it the way it is? Oh man, all I gotta do is come over here, offer you a drink, and then lay you down, and boom, I'm right back in there. Do you recognize, or somebody who always pops up right when you about to do something important? Do you recognize distracting spirits? Hey, calming pros. Spirit says, we got judgmental. It says there's an individual that might rush to conclusions because they lack to be open-minded. And the harsh, they lack open-mindedness, and they might express harsh opinions that create negative and biased environments. Some people are very judgmental. A judgment thing to me that's harsh is when people say all men are terrible or all women are terrible. I'm over it. All men are not terrible and all women are not terrible. And everybody is not a cheater. And everybody is not sexual fluid and on the DL. Everybody is not. That is not true. Everybody is not a bad person, and everybody ain't good people. I'm over the harsh generalizations of whole groups of people of any race or any sex or whatever. We got to stop. Y'all need to start taking stuff by a case situation and stop rushing to conclusion. There are some people who are wise, who know how to be respectful, who know how to be givers. They also know how to take the appropriate amount. There are people who are good. Most of y'all think yourselves to be a good person. Well, if you think yourself to be a good person, and there's a lot of y'all that watch me, then respect yourself and know that there are others like you. Do you run into these types of energies most of the time? No. But just know that they are out there. They exist because you exist. But you got to remember, the majority of the people do not have relationship. Remember, I told you, what is the difference between somebody getting the lesson, and this is what I got from the divine, and not getting it? It is the relationship you have with the Most High. Why? Because the Most High is going to illuminate for you a better path that's going to teach you how to move away from things that don't serve you, things that are not good for you. So some people, a majority of the people lack that relationship. So they're going to move with the same energy as the majority. Remember, wide is the gate. Well, the majority believes that being a manipulative ass and using people that's what it is. Does that mean that's all? No. The majority, yes, but not all. Okay? Okay. We're going to get 3 more and then we're going to close it out. Spirit says they want you to move with intentional purpose. It says in order to keep growing in your purpose, you need to choose actions that align with your progress. Do you know how to align with your progress? Do you know how to move intentionally? Listen, when you are intentional about who you are and what you stand for, you're going to move different. You're going to keep growing. You're going to always choose actions that will align with progress. Listen, some of y'all want to date people who have their finances in order. So guess what that means? You need to get your finances in order. You want to be with somebody, who is healthy. I see that's always on somebody's list. Look in the mirror. Are you healthy? Are you the weight that you need to be? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you moving in alignment with the plate in front of you and seeing progress? I'm dead ass serious. We don't like hearing it, but you need to align and be intentional with every choice and decision, no matter how big or small. If you're going to go out, you need to look at your friendships. Are you surrounded with a bunch of women who think like you do? And are all of y'all's thinking in alignment where it's positive? Or are you on that wide gate where y'all all thinking fried? It's his job. Was one person's job to pay this $700? I could not even imagine having friends. One person's boyfriend or husband show up and they're supposed to pay for all of us. We ain't all married to him. I would never. I wouldn't. I don't even think like that. And I've always thought, y'all, that you're supposed to take money with you regardless of who you around. Whether you're going out with friends or even a date, because you never know what can happen. So you need to always be prepared for just in case. You got to pay your food or your way home. Always be prepared. I mean, that's what I thought common sense said, but common sense ain't so common. But I'm asking you all to move intentionally and always try to choose actions that will align with the progress that you want. You want to move a certain way, you want your life to be a certain way, then you have to make better choices. And remember that there's always somebody watching with followers. It's always somebody watching you to see, are you moving in harmony, in alignment with what you say? There are people who will follow your lead even when you're not really sure of your direction. So you got to move accordingly and ask God every day to align your steps so that you are moving in progress to being your highest and best self. Does that make you perfect? No. Are you going to make mistakes? Yes. But you're going to at least try your best to choose things that are going to help you to progress wisely. That you're going to make friendships and partnerships with things that are wise for you. Okay? And then at the bottom, this last one says not knowing. Listen, sometimes you ain't going to know what lies ahead. You don't always know the lessons you about to learn. It says, but make sure your chin is up. better days are on the horizon. Remember, even when things feel dark, the moon is behind you, lighting your way. In other words, remember, God will always illuminate your crown chakra, your third eye. God walks with you. God will show you some things. But sometimes, y'all, all you got to do is ground and get still. The moon represent that other side of the veil thing. You need to tap in sometimes. Even when it feels like you're in the dark, even when it feels like, man, I don't even know what I should do. Just know that you're not alone. And sometimes get still and quiet and meditate. And God will sometimes think like, and it might come as a passing thought. You know what? Dang, oh, babe, oh, that's what all I need to do. And then it's like, bing, it'll come out of nowhere that this is the solution. So don't be afraid to not know. Sometimes you do step into the unknown. Sometimes you don't know what the next step is. Sometimes you just got to sit and wait. It might be 3 days before it pops in your head. Oh, this is how I need to handle this. Be a whole week. It happens, y'all. We all have. Yes. Like Melisha said, sometimes it'll be like a bing moment. That light bulb will just come on. Let me give you an example. And I've used this example before. The guy who makes scrub daddies. Most of y'all know what a scrub daddy is. Those little dish sponges. Originally, he made that for auto mechanics. He was an auto mechanic who did not like his hands being dirty. So he thought he made a sponge with little finger holes so that they could use it. But the auto mechanic people were not buying the sponge daddy. He had this on the market for 5 years, wasn't making no money. He had all this stuff, is like all this inventory. And one day he just got still and was praying about it. And bing, he's now the number one sponge maker in home goods and kitchen area. He was marketing to the wrong group. Sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's not your idea. It might be the environment. You in the wrong situation. And if you just give God time, God will say, hey, these people over here don't appreciate you, but these people over here do. Sometimes it's just you in the wrong, surrounded by the wrong people in the wrong circumstance. And God will say, but you just right. So I'm going to just move you over here with something that's more aligned for you. Okay. It says, as I am at the bottom of this deck, it says, don't allow your insecurities to overshadow your remarkable abilities. Listen, ain't nobody perfect. You're not perfect. You still gonna make mistakes, even if you try to make your life better. Even when you're trying to step into being your highest and best self, you're gonna still make mistakes. But can you recognize where you do stuff correctly? Do you recognize yourself, that the parts of you that are remarkable? Or do you just focus on your shortcomings? Come on now. Because see, I don't know if she's still in here. She probably left. The one. I ain't forgot her. Young lady, this sounds personal. It is personal. When you find your purpose, and I know mine, it's personal. That is my remarkable quality, that I can speak life into people all over the world. Everybody can't do that. I am a healer. I have the ability to heal people anywhere of all walks of life. I don't give a damn if you gay, straight, purple, green, or black. I can speak life into you and I can help you. And yeah, I am passionate about it. That's my remarkable quality. You think I'm about to let somebody come in here and try to make me feel small? Oh no, baby. No, I'm going to stand in my purpose. I'm going to stand in my light, and I'm going to stand in my truth, because I know who the hell I am. The question is, do you know who you are? And that's how all of y'all need to be. Recognize where your strength is and stand in it. Whether it's a speaker, a writer, a singer, a dancer, a cook, a teacher. Where is your strength? And don't let nobody play you on your top. If this is your strength, then stand on it. Don't let nobody come in and steal your joy. Because they will. They will. Let me give you an example. My daughter, I have a child that always wanted to get into acting and dancing and singing and stuff. And I was like, I heard her sing. It's horrible. Okay? And I didn't really see that for my child being, As she got older, she got involved in plays. She signed up for choir. I used to see her YouTubing singing coaches. one of the best, beautiful voice now. She can sing. She wanted it. She asked. Everything that I thought was kind of, like, I don't know about that. When she was a kid, she's now doing. She chose her path. You see what I'm saying? And you can do that too. Sometimes other people are not going to see your vision because it's not your vision. They will get, that's what she wanted. Your desire and what you see for yourself, everybody not going to get it. But what's meant for you will be for you because God will make a pathway for you to do that thing if that's what you want to do. Even if you're not good at it right now. Think about what I'm saying here. Some of y'all, and the last thing you need to do is take a closer look. It says when life presents you choices, don't just glance. When you got a choice, really look at it. Because your decision will shape your path. Stop making all these frivolous decisions. Slow down. Look. Hey, so you meet somebody nice. Sometimes y'all never do this. Y'all could be invited to an event, meet somebody nice. Say, give me your number. And you'll give them your number. But sometimes, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But sometimes, maybe when you get by yourself, you need to think about who might you be inviting in your life. What problem do you not see? And when you recognize something and early on and it don't feel right, it'd be like a small, still voice. I see that this person's really needy, or this person's really, they want me to pay for everything. They expect me to do all, like when you recognize that stuff, do you stop it or do you keep going with the relationship and just like, I'm going to just give them the benefit of the doubt. A lot of times we be the reason why we keep going through stuff. And then when we end up sad, then we be looking at God going, I can't believe they did me like this. I can't believe this happened to me. But it was all those series of events that sweeping certain things under the rug, ignoring the red flags, turning them green. They got us here. They got us here. This is your last deck. It's called the Moonology. We will not be pulling that many of these. We'll probably pull 3, and then we're going to call it a night. I appreciate that, Marilyn. That was very nice of you. Hey, Miss Vivian Romero. And y'all, just know too, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Everybody is not meant to celebrate you. Everybody is not meant for you. And ain't nothing wrong with that. There's people, everybody is not for us. And you cannot get upset when you find out that certain people are not for you. Spirit says, listen, it's time for some of you guys to walk through your fears with new moon in Scorpio. That's Pluto energy. I need you to walk through your fears. Some of y'all have a fear of being alone. Some of y'all have a fear of not finding a husband or a wife. Sometimes y'all have a fear of not having friendships. Some people have a fear of being their authentic self. There are people who will have a fear of, a certain job or career you want to do. You might be really, really funny, but you're afraid to stand on stage. You might have, fears. You might be a really good cook, but, who's going to want to eat this? There's a lot of things that people fear, but I need you to, that's called shadow work. I need you to work through that. What are you afraid of? Why are you afraid of this? When did you develop this fear? Was it something from your childhood? Did somebody put down, like you are very talented, but nobody believed in it? Like you could be a talented artist and not one person told you that you can really draw or you're really good at painting. And so you minimize your gift because you have not had a physical person tell you or speak life into you. But Spirit is wanting you to go back, do the shadow work to figure out where that fear developed and work on it. Okay. And then once you work on it, then the next question is, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to release here with the waning moon? When the moon gets smaller, what do you need to let go of? Because everything ain't going to go with you. So once you come face to face with the things that you fear, then this is when you could say, okay, God, help me to let go of the things that don't serve me. People, places, things, or thoughts. If it's not for me, then it's got to go. Now, when you do that, that's called the release prayer. People will leave your life. Circumstances may end. So there sometimes if it's a job that you at and God don't want you there, you might be fired. This is the release prayer. But just know when a door closes, after you can get yourself calm, a new door will be open to you. I ain't telling you to quit your job. But I know that when you ask to be released, certain things will sometimes shake up that you may have forgotten about when you do the release prayer. But what do you need to let go of? It could be an idea, a thought, a person, place, or thing that sometimes we need to release. Recognize when it's a time to give rather than take, with new moon and Virgo. Giving and taking is what's the word I want to use? It's one of the oh my God, Spirit, what is it called? I have a book with it. Hold on 2 seconds. Let me see if I can see this book. Is this the book right here? Oh, I can't think of the name of it. I'm gonna have to get that book. But anyway, it's one of the it's called shoot, it is on the tip of my tongue too. I know what I'm trying to say. It's something. Okay, there's this book that talk about there are certain the universal laws. Okay, one of the universal laws is the law of giving and receiving. There will be times when it's time to give and not take, and then there's a time to take and not give. But the point of it is that you don't want to be stagnant. If you end up giving too much, that creates stagnancy. On the other end, there's an imbalance. So you don't want to be imbalanced. You don't want to take too much. You don't want to give too much, and then you don't want to be where you just hoard. That's not good, because the law of giving and receiving. This is why I tell y'all sometimes that, like, donate stuff you don't use, because it frees up energy and God can bring more to you that you do need. You know what I'm saying? So learn the difference. That is a universal law, the law of giving and receiving. And if there is an imbalance in any one of these areas, there will be a tower. Anytime there's an imbalance, that's when we get towers. Whether it's in personal relationships or whatever. It could just be monetary or whatever. If you are in a situation where you constantly giving, God will eventually remove it and remove you from that situation. At the bottom of the deck, we have don't let pride get in your way with full moon and Leo. All of y'all are blessed with gifts and abilities, but understand we still got to be humble, meek, and kind. Humble, meek, and kind. Pride could sometimes give you the big head. And when you become prideful, you forget about God and you forget about all of those other people who supported you to help you to get there. Don't get too beside yourself. Act with grace, act with love, and remember who supported you. It was always, the divine has always supported you. Your light team, your ancestors, whatever. Sometimes it's certain friends and family members, we don't always get there on our own. Okay? So don't let pride overshadow your gift. It says here at the top of the day, nothing is yet set in stone with mutable moon. Everything. This is so good. Nothing is set in stone for you. You can turn anything around in any given situation. Listen, where the mind goes, there have been people who have had stage 4 cancer who was predicted to die, and it didn't happen in the time frame that some of these doctors, because they're not God. Faith, there's different levels to faith, and some people believe, another won't. I've seen it. There have been people with stage 4 cancer and had full recovery. So nothing is set in stone. Who comes into your life, what you gonna do? So remember, when you get readings, there ain't no thing that guarantees that reading gonna come true. You don't have to move in any capacity for something to be true for you. Let me give you an example. I had a reader. It wasn't, well, I wouldn't even call him a reader. This is somebody who thought that they was a teacher. Gave me a reading talking about, well, you gonna have sex with these such and such, and you gonna be out here and being wild. I ain't never been like that, first of all. So your reading is trash. I ain't never been wild like that. Never. Despite what anybody, I never. That just ain't how I roll. So I didn't have to take that. That's not set in stone. I don't give a damn if it come out in reading. I don't care if it came out in 10 or 15, 20. That's not how I move. I don't operate like that. So anything can be changed by you. So if they tell you you're gonna meet somebody and you're gonna do this and do that, you ain't gotta do none of that. Cause ain't nothing written. You can change this thing whenever you want to. So y'all remember that, regardless of who reads you or whatever is predicted for you, you do have the ability to change it. How do I know? Because we all signed different levels of soul contracts. Some of y'all had twin flames. Some of y'all will end up with them. Most of y'all's twin flames ended up being fried and choosing to go off path. They went rogue. They chose a different path. You could be, listen, I cannot think of this poor actress' names, but she used to be on Baywatch. Beautiful lady. She used to be a fitness instructor outside of Baywatch. Beautiful, beautiful blonde-headed lady. To see her now, living homeless on the streets of LA, they show her. I cannot think of her name. It came across my feed. They showed a picture of how she used to look now. She ain't got no teeth. She likes to stay dirty. She said, to prevent people from trying to sexually assault her. Her friends and family have tried to help her. She has chosen to be homeless. She has lost all her teeth. All her hair look like she look like it's horrible. The hair breakage, hair all over her head, sunburn, wrinkles galore. She does not look the same. She got heavily on drugs and alcohol. I don't know why she did drugs and alcohol. They said, I think in the caption said she went through a bad breakup. It wasn't Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson still looked great, baby. It's another lady. I cannot think of her name. But if you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. She looks horrible. Remember when I just said something, y'all, about things not being set in stone, and everything is a choice and a decision. How you handle a breakup can make or break you. She let hers break her. She's unrecognizable. She got on drugs to handle the pain of her heart. She tried to rely on her own strength, and drugs became her comforter. God wants to be your comforter. This is why God says, put your trust in me. Don't lean to your own understanding. Lean on me. I will help you so that you don't end up in a situation like that. There are many people who end up in situations where it breaks them. Another example, the singer Phyllis, I think her name was Hyman, back in the day. Phyllis Hyman was a thick bone, red skin. We call red skin in the black community like very high yellow. High yellow meaning very light skin individual. And she had a beautiful voice. She was married, met a guy, fell in love with him. She let him manage her. Come to find out, he ended up taking her money, and she found out that he was sleeping. He had bought another house, was taking her money to fuel him and his gay lovers. She was on the undercover. She ended up getting on drugs really bad, and she eventually succumbed to a drug overdose, and she died. How we handle situations are decisions. Remember how I said you have to slow down, and you got to think about which direction is this going to go. Now, we talk about different topics on here all the time. Cheating is one of them. We talk about DL behavior. That is a problem. Whether it's a feminine doing it to a masculine or a masculine doing it to a feminine. It's a lot of masculines doing it to feminines for sure. But every now and then I have man come through here and tell me about a woman doing them this way. That type of stuff can make or break you. So you have to sit down and slow down and think about why your heart is broken. What are you going to rely on to stop the pain, the bleeding, the pain? That is a choice. Some people choose wrong. I just gave you 2 examples of how a broken heart led them down paths that now they're unrecognizable. Phyllis took her life, and the other young lady, she looked like she about 2 seconds from it, taking hers. She is beautiful. I mean, she was gorgeous. Y'all know them Baywatch ladies were real beautiful. And to see her with no teeth, to see her sunburn looking like dirty, unkept. It is unreal what her broken heart led her down. Take your time and look at each situation. It can either make you or it can break you. If you want it to make you, then realize that you are not alone. God is always with you. Don't always lean to your own understanding. Places like here, I help you to recognize, hey, slow down. God ain't left you. Take it day by day. Talk to God to keep you on the right pathway, to make your mind stay, sharp. You know what I'm saying? To give you the strength, the endurance, and the fortitude to keep going, despite how the situation looks. Because we all have been betrayed. And if you haven't, you will. Keep living. If for some it'll be from love and others it'll be family members, betrayal is going to come from somebody that's close to you. It's never someone on the outside. It's always somebody that's super close to you. And when it happens to you, I hope that you have the strength, the endurance, and the fortitude, and that you lean in on the Most High, your light team, your guardian angels, and the Most High Son, or whatever you choose to believe in, and that you have the strength to keep going. Because the other outcome could be that you're not on this side of the grass. God bless you all. Keep all of this in mind. Because see, God wants to keep you and your loved ones safe with new moon and Cancer. So in order for you to be safe, then sometimes you have to tackle things from a higher perspective. And all you got to do is slow down, get quiet, go into prayer, and take it day by day. Sometimes all the answers don't come to you all at once. It may be day by day, moment by moment. But you are not alone. God loves you. You know I love you. And there are people in the world that love you who want to see you do well. So that being said, we're going to leave it there. I want to thank the Most High, her Son, the Holy Spirit, and my light team. I want to thank JP to God. And thank you to every last one of you for the 131 jewels, the 274 likes. And I hope that this reading teaches you something. You got this. You got this. No matter what your situation is, whether the reading resonated with you or not, my readings or lessons, you got this. Choose life. Okay? Choose to keep going. You can do this. Y'all all can do this. Day by day, baby. Day by day. All right? If you need a personal, I'm the light tarot at gmail.com. All right. And please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, when I upload. And please hit the hype button when the video uploads. I love you so much. God bless you all. And I will see you tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific Standard, 8:30 Central. Google me if you're in another part of the world. I'm Eastern Standard Time in the USA. Okay. So that's 9:30 p.m. in the US if you are in another part of the world and you want to catch us live. That's it. Y'all have a beautiful good night, good morning, or good afternoon in your part of the world. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, baby. And I apologize to every last one of y'all that came in here. I'm really good with acknowledging everybody, but I was channeling really, really heavy tonight. So if I missed your name, I will catch you on the next one. Love you, babies. See you tomorrow.